Yes, come on, get in there. Vieira, whoa. He comes from Portugal. He plays for Arsenal. Vieira.
Oh, okay, we're doing that now.
Oh, that's exactly what we're doing, my friends. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. Back yet again, of course, on the day that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was buried today, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a new king. That is King Charles. But we're not going to be talking anymore about politics and loyalty.
You better put respect on his name. That's the third.
Oh, sorry. the three. Yeah. My bad.
He ain't going to say it no more.
Absolutely. No, Joyce, my whole day was filled with that today, to be honest. And it was lovely stuff. It was a momentous occasion. I thought Robin would be there, one of the guards. I thought you'd be in the red suit, my friend. You know what I mean? But before we get, enough of all that. If you want to pay homage, obviously RIPs in the chat if you wish. But in the meantime, Oscar, I am joined by Oscar Poet. He doesn't know it. A Chelsea fan.
Yes, boys. New beginnings, man. New beginnings in the Parliament. New beginnings on the throne. And new beginnings at Chelsea Football Club. We've got a new era, but unfortunately, it's been halted. So we're not going to play a Premier League game for a while. But I'm very excited for Potter Ball, man. Let's go.
Potter Ball, indeed. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Hey, no football this weekend. So it was nice and chill. But this waistcoat, brother, we need to talk about him because there are questions that need to be asked.
Questions have to be asked. We will be getting into that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. I'm also joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Obviously, I've had a little bit of a rest. Thiago, so hopefully, had a bit of a rest. As is Matip, and the season start. What's the date? September the 19th, 2022. This is when
the season.
Before I didn't even know what before was. We're back, baby. We're back.
I thought it was Ajax. I thought Ajax was when the season started.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, big up. By the way, big up to Skepta. Obviously, September 19th. Don't care about February 14th. Pay me for my 16th before I start dropping bars like it's Friday the 13th. I think that's what he says. So big up to Skepta on that one. Yes, Oscar, you was about to talk in there.
Bro, the comments are here. People are here to see us, man. Everybody's happy.
Going and going.
Guys, yo, Adrian, how do you pronounce this name? Because last time I said it wrong, I don't want to butcher it.
Assad. It's not hard.
No, because I kept saying Assad, didn't it? And he was like, "That's not my name, bro."
That's not my name. Assad, like literally.
Big up Assad. He says, "Yeah, big up the Top 4 podcast." He wants us to check FPL later because someone's creeping. Tahar's in the building. He says, "Big up, man. Them see my gaffer wearing a suit versus Salzburg. None of this tracksuit stuff. Yeah, I'm the suit connoisseur. Like, not connoisseur. What's the word? Advocate.
Oh, big time.
Managers in suits.
Man like Paul.
Managers in suits.
It's like $1 million.
Guys, Frank Lampard was my manager for a year. The guy wore a tracksuit every game. FA Cup final. This man wore a tracksuit. I was so disappointed in Frank Lampard. He wears a suit for the first time. Gets his first win of the season, guys. That's how it goes.
Did he bust suit? Yeah.
That's a suit.
Okay.
He visited HD Cuts. Man got the suit. It was like, okay, this is what it's big boy time, is what you told him.
Same with Graham Potter. Graham Potter gave us the glow up with the suit and the fade. It was like, all right, cool, man. It was a good week. Hey, you saw it, man. Taper.
Hey, even Mikel Arteta had a suit, bro, yesterday. I was like, yo, what's going on here? I've never seen him in a street suit.
Respect.
I'm saying, obviously for the Majesties and that.
Big up Baraka. He says, what they do. Obviously, he's from Atlanta, so that vernacular is
what they do.
I said, what do you do? I heard
big up Ludacris, man. Don't know Luda.
C1 is saying, big up the panel. Teta Ball at the helm. Saliba dealing with Tony Fairs. Oscar's winning. Hey, I told you, man. Me and C1 had a little back and forth in the group chat. He said to me, Tony's going to do a madness. I said, when he meets Saliba, he's not doing nothing.
It's okay. It's okay. He's already found the Rashford test. It's fine.
We've also got Murad.
I said he found the Rashford test. You know,
that's crazy.
When you're on the halfway line, it's not hard, is it?
We got Murad. He says a little birdie tells me we'll be discussing North London Reds title challenge. Let's refer to them as champions elect.
Do you know what? I applaud Murad for his consistency, but Yeah, just let him be.
Lola's not feeling it at all. She's like, yeah, we have one Abdi. We don't need an Arsenal Abdi. What, Lola? You know what? I think we need to discuss the Champions elect. I think we do.
Wow.
We do.
I like like what
that's how this killing me, man. I said 4 letters, 2 syllables. Man, I'm struggling. Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, for real. Oscar, ASAD. Why are we throwing R's in there? Why are we throwing other letters?
I just
There's a H.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro?
Okay.
Oh,
dear. All right, cool.
Dear.
Yeah, we'll get through to we'll get into the other comments as the pod goes on. But Pete, where are we starting?
I think we should kick things off at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we saw Antonio Conte's men winning 6-2 against Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City. Guys, you know when we spoke about Leicester City at the start of the season, we were like, they look like they're in a bit of trouble before a ball was kicked, no signings, you know, people going out the door. Did anybody not see them winning a game come after 7 games? What they got? 1 point?
Who the 0?
Who's
that?
I think they got a point. I'm trying to work out who gave them that point. That's what I want to know. Who gave them that point? But also, I mean, look, scary hours. Antonio Conte dropping Son. It seems like a little bit of a rift between Son and him at this moment in time, especially with what happened in Lisboa when they well, you know, like he's been dropped lately.
I forgot about the champ. I completely forgot about Champions League.
Oh, we can't forget about the Champions League, my friend.
He got dropped because he was trash. Like, there's no rift.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you managed to, Son comes on the pitch, bangs a hat-trick in 13 minutes. I mean, what are we saying? What are we actually saying?
Conte's a fair man.
It was Brentford that gave them the point, by the way, just saying.
Who was home?
Brentford. No, Leicester City, 2-2. Yeah, no, Leicester City, 2-2.
To be fair, that's a great result.
Yeah, that was opening day. Leicester had the 2-0 leads.
You know how bad Leicester are so bad, we went down to 10 men against them and we beat them 2. We scored 2 goals after.
But you know what?
Bad Leicester.
But Oscar, check this, right? So how many goals did they score against you?
1.
So check this, right? They've got 2 goals against Brentford. They've got 2 goals against Arsenal. They've got 2 goals against Tottenham Hotspur. I can't remember who else they've played. They've got goals and they're not winning games. Brighton.
They played Brighton. They played us, and they didn't score. So. But
they've lost 4-2, 5-2, 6-2. Good.
Do you think does it make sense to you guys? Because this Leicester team ain't that bad.
Let's go around. Let's have your thoughts.
Whoa. Guys, this goalkeeper of theirs. What is it?
Oh my God!
We need to speak. Yeah. Who is he and why is he in the Premier League? That's my question. Why is he in the Premier League? Answer that question.
As Goalkeepers Union, I am offended by the goalkeeper I am watching from this man. Okay, now don't get me wrong. It's not his fault. He was thrown in at the deep end right at the last second, at the 11th hour. However, I mean, he has been garbage. Like, he's been so bad. It's actually worrying. There's something's amiss here. I think there's something more to this than what we see. Like, and it's the fact that obviously, okay, he was the number 2 goalkeeper, right? So that's already a problem because you sort of think your substitute keeper should be of some sort of decency. How many goals have Leicester City conceded this season? You know what I'm saying? In 7 games, they must have conceded about 30. Surely, like let's
get them stats up.
We've seen bad goalkeepers before. I mean, many times. We've seen teams concede a load of goals, and you're thinking, maybe the defense is terrible, they're leaky, right? Guys, the goals he's conceding, the way he tries to say, it looks like he's never watched football before.
Okay, so Leicester City have scored 10 goals in 7 games. They have conceded 22 goals in the Premier League alone, with a deficit of -12 as of right now.
Guys, you know that goalkeeper right there has cost Brendan Rodgers his job in the next week. It's cost him his job. In fact, the Kasper Schmeichel walking out has cost Brendan Rodgers his job this season. Yes, AD.
Dare I say, right?
I agree.
I think Brendan Rodgers is sabotaging the whole thing. I think he's collapsing everything. Yeah. I think he's got 20 million pounds on the table if he gets sacked. We should have looked at Kasper Schmeichel leaving. Now, don't get me wrong, he didn't have a great season last season, fine. But we should have looked at it. Hang on a minute. Why is he going?
What's happening? Yeah.
He's coming in.
you know what? In fairness to the Top 4 podcast, I think we were the only ones that did. I remember when he was linked with Nice, I sat there like, whoa, guys, let's not ignore this. The captain for 10 years at Leicester City, or like, or been there at least 10 years at Leicester City. We're just going to let him walk and no one's going to have a conversation about this.
Yeah,
and where's he gone? Nice.
But Nice are trying to rebuild the British Empire over there.
I'm not trying to listen, whatever they're up to, they're up to their thing. But guys, like you're absolutely right, Adrian. I genuinely think that we were the only ones talking about that Schmeichel transfer, because I remember thinking my eyebrows went high when I saw that deal happen, especially of how lastminute.com it was. You didn't really hear about him, I've done my time. Let me move away. Did he leave on a free transfer? Did he leave on a free transfer?
I don't know.
I don't know what happened. I just saw it on deadline day, bro. I don't know what happened.
But Peter, you're spot on. That's a man that if Kasper Schmeichel's leaving your club, you announce it in April, you give him a send-off, and you say thank you for your amazing service. You want us to it was like it was flipping Jose Perez. I just went out the door on a whipper. No, honestly, what's going on there? And then they haven't replaced him. So Brendan Rodgers has seen the Danny Ward guy and said, hang on, you're it. By the way, they sold Wesley Fofana, was it 80 million quid? They haven't reinvested any of it.
Where is that money?
I tell you where it's going. It's probably gone to their debts. They're probably deep in debt. They're probably up. I tell you what, Peter, Leicester probably can't even afford to sack Brendan Rodgers right now. That's what
bro. I tag team with AD on that one. I think that it's sabotage settings.
Pete, you guys are the only one.
Go for it.
Lola said that Rodgers wants his buyout. Taha says that Brendan cost himself his job. Allow this nonsense. He's the man who said he doesn't need a goalkeeper. Baraka saying that Schmeichel leaving should have raised alarms. And then Lola says, when a club was actively playing Amate at starting centre-back and Ndidi, when they had 2 centre-backs on the bench, sabotage. And then Taha saying, the Fofana sale should allow them to have funds. Bro, no wonder Fofana was begging to leave this club. I've never seen a player on their knees to join Chelsea. This guy was on his knees.
Nah, but like, it's all crazy. And the funny thing is, in the end of it all, Maddison and Tielemans stayed. So like it's not even like Leicester's window wasn't that bad when you think about it. Really, what we were looking at was hell on earth. And it actually didn't get that bad. Okay, Schmeichel's gone, Fofana's gone. Who else left out of there that's of note? I don't think there's anything else. They've still got Barnes. They've got Dewsbury Hall in there now. They've got obviously Vardy he's knocking on a bit, but he's there. They've got Patson Daka and that man. You know what I'm saying? They got a plethora of players there that we were once lauding when they were finishing in the top 5, right? So it's there's definitely an inside job going on for sure. There's definitely that, and also Leicester. Why is your money dried up? For sure, because you weren't spending 200 million a season. And you were getting into Europe. So there was European money coming into that football club. Do you know what I'm saying? So surely they should have... something is gone awry.
Peter, definitely. I'm going to sing to you my favourite song. You've bottled top 4 on the final day 1 season. You've bottled top 4 on the final day 2 seasons. How the hell can you recover and rise up for a third? Like, it's almost like you have to strike with the iron that's hot. We saw it with Pochettino at Spurs, where you're close. You're on that precipice. You're on that threshold. Get to the other line. You just need something. And I think what we're seeing with Leicester is a team that, they scratched, they clawed, they fought. But bro, ultimately, I think they missed the opportunity. They missed the window. They needed top 4 one of those 2 years to take themselves to the next level, and now stagnated. Also, I think last summer, they signed like Dakar, Samare. That man haven't really set the world alight. But although at the time we probably said, smart Leicester signings.
Oh, these are good signings, though. I'm not having us act like, oh, those are not good players now because Leicester are doing rubbish. No, under a different system or a different manager, there's so many good players. I feel like the defense is meaty. Yeah, the centre back.
It's a good team.
And the centre back and the goalkeeper is meaty, but the midfield and the attack is stacked. Like a good manager can work with that.
Oscar, they're scoring goals though. So when you actually think about it, they are going to ground scoring twice away from home at big games, at big clubs, and they're coming away. The defense is shoddy now. People mentioned it in the comments there. If you've got Amati and Ndidi in centre half, when you've got 2 centre halves, questions have to be raised. But I wonder if it is a sabotage job in that sense. Like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on my attacks. I know how to play attacking wise. By the way, their first half performance against Spurs was very, very encouraging. It was very much like I think they've hit a gear here. And Maddison's finish, by the way, good grief! It was an outrageous goal, fantastic finish. But you know the defense is whack. What did you say, Robin? -12, and they've conceded 22 goals.
Yeah, so 10 goals scored, 22 goals conceded.
But you know what, though? They'll be ludicrous to sack Brendan Rodgers. You heard it from my mouth. You'll be ludicrous to sack Brendan Rodgers. And they finished, by the way, they finished 8th last year.
Like, why would they be ludicrous?
Oscar, who are they getting in replacement of Brendan Rodgers? That is going to be that will be challenging top 6. Talk to me.
Mr. Parker.
Mauricio.
Would he go there?
Go there. I don't
think
he will.
That's too far of a jump. It's too low.
Do you think a top club is taking Poch? Chelsea is amazing.
I think tier 2 is. I think tier 2 is.
But Peter, 18 months ago, who would have said that was perfect?
In the Premier League, there's only tier 1 and beneath.
No. Like tier 2 are your regular 5th, 6th, 7th place teams, maybe.
That's Leicester.
That's what Leicester are. In my opinion.
Arsenal, let's be real. Arsenal and Tottenham are now tier 1. Yeah.
Are they?
As in, if
argue that's tier 1, yeah. I wouldn't argue tier 1, to be fair. They're a Premier League team. Sorry,
I'd say Arsenal is. I don't want to give Leicester that Gucci belt, but Leicester are they're just above mid-table to me. They're just above it. Like,
yeah. Okay, fine. I look at Leicester as a tier 3 because I see Arsenal, Spurs tier 2 at this moment in time.
Your question was who can take them to the top 6, and when I was outlining the players, even Lola said here they have good enough players to be doing better. I think, come on, this is a Europa League team.
Oscar, let me ask you a question. Who is a better manager, Brendan Rodgers or Mauricio Pochettino? Because really and truly... Really?
Yeah, Poch.
Interesting. One's got an FA Cup with Leicester City.
That's fine.
One's got a league on if you want to play that game.
Yeah.
What, with Paris? With what's his name? What's my man in the Avengers? Don't worry, I've lost it. The guy with all the Infinity Stones, whatever his name is. But anyway, the Don.
You know what?
Yeah, exactly.
I need to pull up. Football discourse is an absolute joke. I tell you why, right? I'll give you an example. Maurizio Sarri got 91 points for Napoli against Juventus. He came to Chelsea. Man was saying, he's not won a league title before. I'm not sure about him. He's not won a league title before. I'm not sure about him. Cool. He has his season at Chelsea. He then wins the league with Juventus whenever. And then they say, well, we won it with Juventus. Brother.
Fair.
In the same case as Pochettino.
And do you know what it was? He won he came to Chelsea. Everyone said he's never won a trophy. He won his first trophy with Chelsea in the Europa League, and everyone said, it's the Europa League with Chelsea. He should have won that anyway.
Do you know what, Oscar? On Maurizio Sarri, because I love that man. I absolutely love that man. If he went to Leicester City, that would be delicious to watch. Because what's he doing at Lazio? What the hell is he doing over there? With all due respect to my Italian peoples, and I love my Serie A football. However, Lazio, with Poch, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with Poch, it's like he's coming from PSG, right? And he's being linked with. He was linked with United. He was linked with Arsenal. He was linked with whatever, right? So it's a case of like, okay, he still needs to be in a credible football club in Europe, I think, personally speaking. But and Brendan Rodgers, by the way, like there'll be many suitors. Football clubs will start shaking to get him in their club. You know what I'm saying? Aston Villa, I look at, for example. The other thing that you got at Leicester, the real problem that we're not asking, we did briefly, where is the money? Because Poch ain't coming to Leicester City when there's no dough. He's not. I agree that it's a good team, it's a good club, and they do scout players very well, Leicester. They got a good scouting network. However, there is no money. Or
you know what?
What is this?
And then again, unfortunately, I think with Leicester, as much as we say it's a good scouting network, I think they have had their fair share of duds. Peter, before Ayoze Perez's the ink was dried on his contract. I told you, what the hell is he? He's £30 million for a white ringer, apparently. He's not direct, he's not got no pace, he can't beat a man, can't score goals, he can't create. What the hell are they doing here? Then you see they've got a man like Pryor. What's he all about?
Yeah,
that Vestergaard signing. I told you, man, that was horrific at the time.
Which one?
Vestergaard.
Oh, yeah,
Vestergaard, yeah.
I know it was last minute and it was injury induced, but it's like as much as Leicester have done well, they've also got things wrong at crucial
Yeah,
moments.
they have many like pret-a-manger signings. You know, it's just food. It's not really good food.
It's not given. It's not sustaining.
It's pret-a-manger.
Yo, you see Pret, yeah?
Trash.
Friggin' bump.
It's trash.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's trash.
I don't care how much my co-workers gas it. It's trash. And that's what signings like Perez and other one. Castagna.
You know what? I'm a big fan of Jose Perez, as many of you know, but 30 million quid for him. Man, I don't know.
Whoa. Pump the brakes here. Lola said Lazio are bigger than Leicester.
Oh, come on.
I believe it.
Come on.
You know what? Let's have a league title, you know?
Let's have a league title. And I think what's the last time they won anything?
I think Lazio got a Coppa Italia under Simone.
I would say.
When?
No, like in like the last 5 years before he went to Inter. I think he won a Coppa Italia literally like the last 3 or 4 years. However,
Lazio better than.
Yo, bro, Lazio sit in Roma's shadow.
Lazio cooking like they didn't get pumped in midweek.
No, Lazio. Listen, Lazio are a good time. Obviously, they had their history when they won Serie A and whatever else in 2000, right? However, like
talking about Juan Sebastian Veron.
Roberto Mancini was playing.
Yeah, I know.
They had Salas. Remember?
What are we doing here?
They had
put some respect on Serie A. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, listen,
I love Serie A. I love
Robin,
it, but let's not won a Premier League. Like,
Robin, as soon as the what is bound to happen with the Premier League is going to happen, I'll be on the first flight to Serie A to watch my Italian football. However, let's be honest, right? You're not leaving Lazio to go and join Leicester. You're not leaving Leicester to join Lazio, for example. You're going the other way around. It's the Premier League is just a conglomerate, isn't it? It's the Super Bowl kind of thing in sport, in football terms, anyway. That's why.
Tahar says Sarri needs players for his system. Leicester's insufficient funds means he can't get the players. Hey, bro, Dewsbury Hall,
sure.
A little bit of Barnes, a little bit of Madders, a little bit of Tillemans.
No, Oscar. The first job for any manager walking into that Leicester City job is 300 million on that back five. That's the problem.
The back four, that's the issue.
The goalkeeper, back five. Don't forget him. It's the back five. And if you haven't got 300 million, I'm sorry, you're going to fail.
He can come to Chelsea. You can take Kepa back if he wants him so bad. You can get him back. You can take.
What an improvement! Well, I told you Kepa is going to be Potter's first choice goalkeeper. We said that straight away.
Yeah, Mendy was injured.
We'll see if he returns. Let's see if he returns.
Tahar saying, "Look, let's start 2016 hat."
No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
We spoke about Leicester a lot, though. Should we discuss Tottenham a little bit?
Listen, guys.
Well, yeah? I mean, they were conceding goals, and then Son, and I said Son's purple patch time was coming, and then here we are.
Guys, TikTok. That's all I'm going to say for you. That's all I've got to say on Spurs.
That comment there is a good one. So,
Lola says, "Hold on. Are you pretending that Leicester are some big club like that?" Like
they're not like Garganch, but we're comparing them to Lazio Serie A. Let's be serious, right? Serie A right now is the diet version of the Premier League. Let's be fair, right? Let's be honest, okay? Diet. That's what I'm saying. 0 calories. That's what I'm saying. However, Leicester City are probably Lazio in terms of pairing. It's just like you have to leave a Premier League club of the Leicesters and the top 8s, for example, to a club like Milan or Inter or Juve. Or and you're what's the difference between Roma and whoever else, Roma, Lazio, and whatever, Sassuolo, these kind of teams, Atalanta. It's not the same. The Premier League is far more of an appetizer. I mean, Brendan was winning titles at Scotland and left. You know what I'm saying? Gerrard winning a title at Scotland, left for Villa. You know them way there. Like, and Rangers, you would argue, is bigger than Villa, right? Easily. But it doesn't mean that you think one is the other one.
No one is dying.
No one's dying for the Poch. Mm-hmm. No, there's no money there, so I don't think Poch will go. They'll be ludicrous to sack Brendan, guys. They'll be absolutely, honestly, unless they've got something up their sleeve.
I don't think so, man. I don't think that's ludicrous.
Wow. Who would you recruit then if you're Leicester City's board? Who would you recruit before we get on back on Tottenham?
As in, it's hard to say like right now because you always have to think of like who's available right now. But you think of when Eddie Howe was available, he would have definitely gone to there. You think of when we already mentioned Poch. I feel like Poch could go there. Like there's always like mid-level managers that can come into that job and do better.
But better than none of those people you've mentioned are better than Brendan. That's my point. Is that
what's
you don't
Brendan
go
on right now though?
They're not any worse. It couldn't be any worse.
I feel like this time when managers get to certain positions, and it's just like from here, it's not really going to get any better at this current place.
Let me tell you right
it's
now,
they're a better manager. Like for example, sorry to cut you, Pete, but like when Mourinho was at United, like Mourinho was a great manager. They couldn't really get a better manager, but the level he was performing at United at that point, he had to go. So like I feel like he's done what he can do with Leicester. He's not getting Leicester in the top 4. He's not doing it. He's done all he can do. He needs to move and he needs someone fresh. Like
you know what's funny. You already know my opinion on Tottenham Hotspur. Before we get onto it a bit further, Brendan Rodgers, I think, was looking at that his final march to the centre pitch with against Tottenham. He looked around that stadium and he knows in the next year he will be the manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Remember this episode of the Top 4 podcast. In January 2023. Just remember, because you should have looked at his face as well, by the way. I don't know if anybody had taken notice, but Brendan was scoping that Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, right? He looked at it. What a magnificent club. You can hear it already, and he's going to be joining there still.
I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised.
About what exactly? As in the sacking?
Like going from Conte to Brendan, I'm shocked.
Listen, they're not going up after Conte.
After Conte, up is like
you know what I'm saying?
You bring back Poch. That's what you do. You bring him back.
You know,
so go that way.
You know what? I think Brendan's a weird one because I feel like Brendan, his name holds weight, but people laugh at him. You know what I mean?
There's a few stuff on the scales. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's got his domestic titles with Celtic. Then he's got his FA Cup with Leicester. He's finished them top 5 twice. Okay, how he finished the top 5s were, hilarious. Yeah. But I'm telling you guys, the walls will shake at some football clubs as soon as they announce that sacking. I'm telling you.
Because, Brendan Rodgers is the guy, like, I'll be honest, any team in the league, if any of us were to sack our managers and we needed someone to come into the end of the season, Brendan gets it. Brendan gets it.
He's linked. He's linked through and through.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
I'm telling you, that is a sabotage job. That is a heist. What he's doing to his defense is a friggin' heist. That Ward is number 1, and then that back 4. Nah,
your brother's a bandit.
He's a bandit.
He's literally sticking up to Leicester owners.
Listen, look, Leicester City. I hope to God that they will bounce back because I don't like seeing this. What I'm seeing is not good. And I hope Leicester do bounce back. They've got a great team, as you said, Oscar, earlier. They've got great players. They were really good in the first half against Spurs. And Spurs, to be fair, they were not that great. And then they turned on a bit of magic. And before you know it, the game was gone.
Spurs have not been great all season.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about that.
And also, I love the fact that Son came on. Yeah, he got man of the match. When he came on, the game was won. Like it was.
No, Oscar. It was 3-2 Spurs, and the game was firmly. It could have gone anyway.
His goals meant absolutely nothing.
You're having a laugh. Get out of here! Somebody cancel this guy. Get out of here.
I wanted to boost his own morale. His goals. No, I'm joking. Do you know what I mean? Though, you know what I mean. They was winning when he came on, and he won the game.
No, but the game was still in the balance. Like you saw, Conte was sweating. I see Conte bring on Basuma, and I thought, he's panicking because he's told the guys he's changed the formation and whatever the tactic was, and obviously it's worked a treat for them. Leicester City just not learning from anyone's mistakes. High line, Evans, high line against Son and Kane. What are you doing
at his age?
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Sporting at his age, exactly. Sporting Lisbon, right, did this thing where, you don't want to counter? No, that's what we do, okay? So we're gonna let you have that ball, and Tottenham didn't know what to do with that football. They haven't got a clue with anything that requires 30+% possession. They haven't got a clue, right? And so at the very end, they said, "Fine, we're gonna kill you now." And literally 2 minutes to go, bang! Sporting Lisbon nicked 2 goals, right? So this football cannot continue. Expressions calls it fossil football. It cannot continue for the whole season, guys. And I am waiting for that bomb. It's ticking. It's ticking at Tottenham. And
you're not trusting your manager. You're not trusting your manager to guide it through.
Listen, Antonio Conte, right? He can do as he pleases. whether the rest of the board do, because that's been Conte's problem, isn't it? It's him and the board, relationships breaking, and he's done. It's not that he's not been good enough or he's not a good manager. It's always, because Spurs fans are soon going to start getting annoyed, right? Now, luckily, I think they've only lost one game, right? Have they only lost? No, they haven't lost the Premier League game.
They haven't lost.
They've lost the Premier League game. They've drawn loads.
So Peter,
yes.
So herein lies the point then. Spurs, in my opinion, Spurs are going to get better. They've got Harry Kane, they've got Son, and also, like we sort of spoke about Son's been diabolical this season, right? He's not been in form at all. That's all right. Richarlison's he's a good enough player. I can take you out of the starting lineup. I can slap you, put some fire in your belly. You go and bang a hat trick. Prove me wrong. Like last season, Spurs didn't have that option of dropping Son if he was awful. Now they do. I don't know. I'm of the opinion. Look, they're unbeaten in the league. They haven't necessarily played well. Bentancur hasn't been great. I don't think, in my opinion. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, hang on a minute. They might cook. That's my thing.
I don't believe they can last. I don't believe this can last. And I think it's a case of at some point, especially in the latter stages of the season, where obviously Spurs will have things to play for. There'll be things to,
well, they're not doing well in Europe at the moment.
Listen, when they're at home and they're drawing or they're getting beat, just pay attention to that crowd. Because that crowd, interestingly enough, will turn on Conte. Because the football is dire. It's dire. I can't remember what game I watched for Spurs. I watched a game recently where I think the team they were playing against are also dead. And yeah, it was awful to watch. It was like, this is a waste of my time. Like, I can't be watching this. I can't remember who it was against. But I just thought to myself, you lot are crap, blood. And the fact that they got the point against Chelsea paints a different picture to Spurs now than what it should really do. Because if we could see that Liverpool, that Tottenham can't even beat Chelsea with where Chelsea are at this moment in time, then this is where Spurs are, guys. This is their level. But the draw at Stamford Bridge makes them look better than they actually are. I don't believe them, bro. I don't believe them.
Yeah.
Oscar, where are you on Spurs? What's your thing? I haven't heard you say anything about Tottenham as a whole, Conte, everything else. As a former manager of your football club. Like, where were you with this whole thing?
I think like you're saying, I think the board is kind of meddling in. I think everybody was gassing up their transfer window like they had the best transfer window ever, and I was like, hold on, if
doesn't even play him. He doesn't even play him.
Look, first of all, he didn't want Jed Spence. The guy's never kicked a ball for Spurs. Yeah. Then it's like there's other players who, if they were signed for other teams, I feel like the scrutiny would be high. Like if Arsenal signed Richarlison, everyone would be like, what is this? You know what I mean? If Chelsea signed Richarlison, it would be the same. But for some reason, people think Spurs signing him takes them above those two teams. Same with a player like Perisic. I know for a fact, if Perisic was linked to Chelsea, Chelsea fans would have been scratching their head like for a long time.
One is like, annoying me. It's annoying me, that one. That's because
you know what? He's done well since he started. He's done well. I just think as the season goes on, I think their issue will be prioritized in Champions League. I think they'll throw a lot into that. But I do my prediction is the same. I do think they will get top four. Like I think if that's their aim, then it's gonna work. Like back-to-back top four puts them in a different bracket as a team. So I think Spurs will get there. I just don't think they're better than Chelsea.
Interesting. Anything more on this game and Spurs and the like?
I can read the comments if no one has anything. Lola says, I don't think Spurs will ever play well, but that's how they play. I think they'll be top four all season. Yeah, I agree. She also says, Conte in Europe is never good. I'm not shocked about Spurs Champions League ball. So what? They lost in midweek. Is that the case?
Yes. Last 2 minutes.
I watched it. Big up Michael Edwards, the guy from Edmonton.
We got the New Jersey Mourinho.
He's from Edmonton. Enfield, sorry. He's from Enfield. Yeah.
Edmonton, Enfield.
What, the same thing?
No. I don't want no one from N9.
I was N9 say,
I don't know. I don't want none of that smoke.
Assad says, real ones remember Spurs did this under Jose 2 years ago. Remember when they re-signed Bale and they were doing well in the first couple of months? People had them as title challenges and they fell off. Yes, they were second in the league in December. I distinctly remember this. And that's
not why top. I even think, why do I think they were even top at one point?
No, top.
They
not top.
Were they top?
I think they met Liverpool and they got beat, and I think that's when they took him out of the top spot.
I remember that. There was that. And this is why I don't care about the league. Like a lot of people are saying a lot of things based on the first 6 games. I'm hearing Arsenal title challenge. I'm hearing Spurs being unstoppable. I'm hearing, everything. The only team that I can trust, is Manchester City. The rest of these teams, guys, remember,
steady.
And I know we started a bit late, but that piece of context there should tell you, there was a period of time where Spurs were top of the league in December. They didn't even make top 4 that year. So to expect to get too amped up or worked up about what you're seeing so far is silly. Just take lessons. Don't take the actual stats as real things because nothing's real. Lola says Chelsea didn't play good football and won the Champions League. Wow, all right. Whatever works for them works.
Why did you say that so badly?
Because I feel like in the Champions League we did play good football. I feel like as a team we were trash that year, but in the Champions League
that was a stray though, wasn't it? Cool,
that's
a flipping ricochet.
I don't know why we had to catch that one. We weren't even talking about Chelsea. Lola, we didn't play good football? ? Rewatch our games. We absolutely battered both Madrid clubs. That's how I felt. I started saying how I felt. Like we were dominant in the Champions League. Lola says Chelsea haven't played good ball as a whole in time. Let's not pretend you can have efficient games but not play good ball. I think overall under Thomas Tuchel we didn't play good football. But in big games, we always seem to turn up, and he had a game plan that made us compatible with those teams. So yeah, but in terms of playing good ball in the league, you need to play good football in the league. I think you do. The Chelsea fans are coming at Lola. They're not happy with that one.
They're not happy with that comment. They're not happy. Oscar, can we move on?
Yeah, please.
Can we talk about the Arsenal FC winning 3-0 at Brentford in lovely. In lovely
bounce back.
Oh, a bounce back? Oh, what? Bro, Zurich, isn't it? Zurich, yeah? The game Zurich, you know what I'm saying? But, yes, it is.
Was that a nice kick about with the lads?
Oh, it was a lovely kick about with the lads. Ask Gabriel, yeah? Ask Gabriel. Listen. I'm guys, I'm happy, man. Like, there was like, I'm watching my team kick ball, yeah? I'm watching the ball, blood. You see, the Gabriel Jesus goal, yeah. I saw the goal before it happened because I was like, I was one of those. I was like, okay, Shaka, just dink it to the back post. Yeah, it's Jesus on the knock on, and bro, he did exactly as I was saying to do, and Jesus to the opposite corner. Oh, mate, Samba, yeah. I was doing the full Samba. I was all over it, yeah. Like honestly, I was just guys, I'm so you don't understand. Like, I've not watched Arsenal play like this since like 2008, yeah, or like even 2014, maybe.
It's just like
yeah. Oh, mate, it is.
He's a happy announcer. It's what I want to see.
Vieira with the left pig. You know what I'm saying? Just I love watching little players like that. You know what I'm saying? It was all
little players
there. And you know what I'm saying? It's just. And the thing is, playing a team like Brentford, yeah, away from home, it's nice because they get you know what I mean? They play open, and so once we have the ball, we know what to do with the ball. So I'm big up Saliba again, getting another goal, second away goal for him this season. And yeah,
he's the real deal. He's the real deal.
And it was a clean sheet. And guess what, bro? If Brazil don't want to take my players to the friendlies, no problem. Coach, let them coach, as well as whoever else.
None of the Brazilians. None of them.
None of them got picked.
None of them got picked.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Richarlison
Jesus is not going to the World Cup.
No, not World Cup.
I
know, but let's be real. If you're this one was like, if you don't get picked,
it's picked. I know. You're right.
The World Cup. How on earth can Jesus?
They literally chose people like Rafinha's in there, Richarlison's in there.
Anthony went. Anthony's gone.
Anthony's there.
Hey, don't play. Anthony's gone. What did Arteta do to him?
Listen, bro. I don't often see me. I don't mind, yeah. And people like
you want your players in the World Cup.
You see people like Haaland.
You want on this one. Do you want them gone? You want them gone?
No. Do you know why? Because we saw some anger in Jesus, yeah. Because him and Raya have had more dates than he's had with his own wife. Because the amount of times he was trying to put that ball in the back of the net, the amount of saves Raya was making on that night, Jesus should have had a hat trick. And that's how you respond to not being called up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bit of that anger. There's a bit of that anger inside of them.
I I'm trying to think. Are Brazil really like? They don't have centre forwards though.
Listen, it's them ones where like, bro, no, Oscar, their squad list come out.
It's Neymar.
Their squad list come out, and there was about 10 strikers, blood. Like what they class what they class as forwards, it was bare of them. I was like,
forwards. Like I get that forwards because they got Vinny, they got Rafinha, they got. Let
me get the Brazil squad up.
Paqueta's probably a forward though in the squad.
True, you know what I'm saying? Paqueta,
if you actually look at the Brazil squad, I'm like, these men are sick, and that's just they're gonna turn up. They're gonna turn up. I'm looking forward to seeing Brazil at the World Cup.
I've definitely got an eye on them. But just little things like that. Oscar, by the way, you see Thomas Partey, yeah? Like, do you know how much difference it makes? Like, you know what they say, what a difference a day makes, right? Partey in the midfield.
Peter, you weren't lying you weren't lying about them forwards. I'm seeing 10 man.
Bro, man.
So it's Neymar, Neymar, Firmino, Richarlison, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Anthony, Cunha, Rodrigo, and Pedro. That is 10. That's just forwards.
Who's Pedro?
Oh, from Flamengo. He's the only Brazilian native. The
rest of them are from the wonder kid.
Get Firmino the hell out of there. Get Richarlison out, and give me Martinelli. Give me Jesus. Come on, what's going on here?
No, for sure. Listen. If they don't make the World Cup,
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this Brazilian team. I'm like,
as well, guys.
Qatar.
If there's no Ben White, no problem. You know what I'm saying? We can coach. Odegaard's already resting. You know what I'm saying?
We will talk about England. We'll talk about England later.
But look, we're kicking our ball. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, now it's the international break. Listen, Tottenham Hotspur, you'll always be. Listen, when they come to the Emirates next week, when Tottenham Hotspur come for a 12:30 kickoff next week, Oscar, you're gonna see Arsenal dress Conte down, bro. Yeah, you want to give us the ball?
You man on first thing. Oh, lovely stuff.
Am I nervous, bro? Assad, pump action, fam. We're going to bang Spurs. Let me tell you right now, Tottenham are washed, blood. They're dead for these men. They're dead, bro. They're dead.
Peter said this exactly. What was it? 4 months ago.
Did I say this?
You said this 4 weeks ago.
Bro, you man are gonna watch. You are gonna watch, a North London derby, where it's not even a question that North London is red. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. With all our man them rested, no one's going to these international breaks. Say nada. 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
Can I ask a question, Pete? You spoke about Partey doing a good job, and my question is also to Lola in the comments. Thoughts on Granit Xhaka's revival? I heard that the fans sang a song for him. Is that true?
Xhaka, we've got Granit Xhaka. Oh, it was a phenomenal feeling, Oscar. It was brilliant.
Is that all of it?
Yeah. You know the Gladolova, basically like what Palace have at thingy. Say that you want me. Yeah, the Guardiola chant. It's basically that. But Xhaka had that back in 2017, and then obviously he did the Mazine, and then we never sang it again. you know what it was.
So you have to question Lola. Is he still the Swiss Don? We need to know.
Guys, he's been 8.5. He's been an 8.5 out of 10 this season. He's been 8.5.
I need to hear from Lola. Do you know what I mean? Swiss Don could be a compliment if it really wants to.
Listen, 8.5 out of 10 people.
The Swiss guy has been good all season. I've always said he's technically good. I don't have to like him.
You know what? All I ask from you, Granit, this season, please just don't let me down. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, Swiss are they're there.
Oh, okay.
But listen, please, Granit, man, you're a great guy. Just do not let us down. We need you. We need you and Partey to be fit all season because Oscar, we will be in the Champions League next year if those two players are fit all season. It's over if they're fit.
Do you know what's mad? If it's only a 2-letter word, but it's the biggest word in football.
Biggest word. It's the biggest word. The competition for that 4th spot is fierce, man. It's absolutely fierce. And you know what I mean? You're looking at Tottenham, who we've just spoken about. You're looking at Chelsea. Like I was saying about how early it is in the league to be looking at stuff. You can't even rule out United at this point. Like, you can't rule out anyone. So it's a long season. Arsenal starting well, but it's a long season. Tar says Granit is cold. All or nothing, maybe rate him more. I can't lie. When I saw All or Nothing and I see him with his family, I'm just like, He's just a family man.
He's a great guy. I told you. But the thing is, he's a great guy. The thing is, though, yeah, like, guys, it's like you have to understand. Like, I'm a happy dude, bro, because it's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for Arsenal to play some ball. You know what I'm saying? Play some football. We've got good players. Oscar used to come to the Emirates and watch some dross. Yeah, he used to watch, you know, like the ending of Wenger's time, but the dross of Emery's football. And then, man, I don't even know if you even saw it.
I was thinking about this the other day because the time you used to get me tickets, was during the Emery era. I watched all of the Emery era and it was terrible. I was watching Mkhitaryan and Iwobi stinking it up like on a weekly. And now, Arsenal playing good football, man. Arsenal playing good football. I might ask you for another ticket, Pete.
It's good to see, my friends. It's good to see. That's all I'm going to say. It's good to see. It's good to watch.
C1 says Shaq has adapted to the new role. To be fair, he hasn't got a red card yet, so he ain't been a liability. The red card is coming, C1. The red card is coming. Don't you worry.
Allow us, man. I don't want no red cards, guys. I don't want no red cards. Yeah, that's what I'm asking, Gran. That's what I'm asking. By the way, Jesus, though, yeah, these yellow cards. Did you see he picked up his 4th yellow card this season? I was like, what you been getting up to? What are you doing? Like, why have you picked up a 4th yellow this season? I'm not aware of any.
He's everywhere.
He was everywhere, but it was delicious. Did you? By the way, big up to Thomas Frank. Did anyone see his post-match interview? Is what's it called? His press conference after the game. He was glowing. He was talking about Arsenal players, talking about Saka. Then he got into Jesus, and then when he said Saliba, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, Thomas Frank.
You know what?
Guy, bro. Although
I ain't got time for him. I ain't got time for that guy.
What, Thomas Frank?
Nah.
Who?
He's Thomas Frank. I don't have time for him.
Why?
All I see every time he lost, just moaned, and I'm just like, nah, I ain't got time for you.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know, man. He's a good guy. I like Thomas Frank.
I respect him, but I don't like. I wouldn't say like, I rate him so highly, but I respect him.
He's the next. He's in that ilk though. Of like when Eddie Howe was at Bournemouth, he's gonna get like he should get a good job. You know, when his time comes up at Brentford.
Yeah,
but
Pete, what was I going to say? Debating how long can Xhaka go without a red card.
Leave the guy. He's not even tackling. I don't think he's even tackling.
And he's been clean nearly October. I'll be surprised if you don't get sent off in November. Well, November's the World Cup, so
there's still games. Quite a few games in November still.
I'm pretty sure the last time was Liverpool in January. That disastrous, horrific tackle, and then since then he's kept his nose clean and he's played well.
Since then,
we were there, weren't we?
He's had a summer break in between that. I said since then. When does the World Cup actually start? When's the first game week?
I want to say 18th?
November 13th.
Oh, you've got 13th, yeah? Okay.
Let me check.
I know the final's the 18th, and I always, it's like a month dead on.
That's the 18th of December, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday the 20th of November.
Okay, 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
20. That's going to be so weird, man.
Yeah, Oscar, we still got Arsenal Chelsea in November before we head off to the World Cup.
You're coming to the bridge on a 12:30. You think you're winning that one? Good luck.
Is it 12:30 that one?
Yeah, 12:30 Saturday, baby. You're coming to the bridge.
See the GP.
But yeah, I have one negative, right?
If you're going to that game, I'm gonna sit in the shed end so I can be right next to you. Just
Oscar, I don't know if you remember this last season. Just like the old days, there's nobody here. Listen, we had a whale of a time last season.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I have a negative, one criticism I would say on this situation. Now, it's a momentous occasion. It's groundbreaking. We've broken another Premier League record, having the youngest player to play in the Premier League at age 15 years of age and 181 days, something like that, right?
Fam, if we did not have a bank holiday, he would have been in school today. What is happening here?
Look, big up to Ethan, yeah. The thing is, man, I don't know about you, man, yeah. But like,
I don't know why he's there. Why is he there?
Why is he there? Like, why is he there? And also, like, of all the youth we've had come up in the thing, right? No one talked about Ethan. No one did, right? There's plenty of them.
What's also weird to me, he put in the squad, I don't know my man's name, Lino, what's his name?
Souza.
Lino Souza. He put him in the squad. He's 17. He didn't give him his debut. He just wanted to give that debut just to say I gave the youngest debut. That's what I think.
it's one of them ones where I feel uneasy in it. Like 15 is too young to be playing with men. I'm so sorry.
He's born in 2007.
Oscar, he's 6 years younger than Bukayo Saka. He's 6 years younger than Saka.
Do you know what scares me the most? It's not the fact that he's young. It's not any of that. It's just like a lot of footballers are in academies up until 16, 17, and they get released and they don't even like have professional football careers.
Bro.
Like the drop-off rate is so high. So for you to play him, like he has to be good enough. He has to be. Like, because a kid, he can't go to school this week and everyone knows him as the kid that played for Arsenal, and then by 21 he's no longer a footballer. Because that's from sky to
he's on some building site somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like
Michael Johnson.
Because I was asking myself, who does this benefit? Like who does that? Because the kid, as you're mentioning, right? Like the only way is down from here in a sense that he has to go back to wherever he's been kicking his ball. I think he's under 18s now, as a 15-year-old. So fair enough, right? He's clearly better than his pack. But at the same time, you sort of think to yourself, okay, what did this do for him? Like this is a guy who couldn't even change in the same changing room as the players because he's under 16.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? So like,
like, are you going to use him in a League Cup game this season? Is he going to play like considerable minutes that can actually develop him?
Yeah, it just made me feel. I don't know if you lot saw at the end, Thomas Frank and Arteta when they shook hands at the end. Frank said something to his ear, and I don't know what it was, but it looked a bit like not a telling off or nothing like that. He wasn't necessarily displeased, nothing of the sort. But I wondered if he just thought, you know what, was you trying to take the piss bringing on that 15-year-old? Like it just felt a bit unprofessional. When you look at what the bench is, you look at kind of, you know, the fans were chanting like he's got school in the morning. They were singing all kinds of songs about him, right? And I was just thinking to myself, I feel very uncomfortable. There is such age as too young to be kicking ball in the Premier League.
But do you know what it could potentially be as well?
Yeah.
Maybe Arteta just wanted to give him a little taster and say, you know what, the future's here.
His oyster beeps twice.
Does it beep twice for kids?
Yeah,
when I was young, it was the bear.
Oscar, you know, like he's got to have his face on the oyster, and it's the zip thing.
It says zip.
Yeah.
That man is like it's 30p to get on the bus for him. You know them ones. And that's the thing. Like, look, you know, I hope we see him in the Europa League, for example, maybe. But you know, like I always feel like playing.
I don't think so. No. I think it's playing.
No. You shouldn't be getting on them planes. You shouldn't be on them planes on Thursdays. Yeah.
There you go. Right?
No, personally, I think you just want to show me the future at Arsenal. Because listen,
it doesn't make any sense. Like,
it does.
Go on.
No, because like I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're 15 years old playing under 18s, you're already going to be a good player, right? Like naturally, you're playing 3 years up. Yeah, you got to be a baller relative to your age. So then I'm sorry, like there's going to be like Real Madrid scouts, Barcelona scouts, City, Chelsea. Like, bro, you just lost Amari Hutchinson to Chelsea this summer.
But that's okay. That's my issue. My issue is Arsenal have just lost Amari Hutchinson. Do you know why Amari Hutchinson left? Because he ain't getting no game time in the first team at Arsenal. You watch the All or Nothing documentary, you see Amari Hutchinson there in the changing room bare times. The guy never started a game, He never played. So you've got other kids now that are in that under-18s team that are waiting for an opportunity to play for Arsenal, and it's not coming. That's why I mentioned that Lino kid, because he was 17, he's on the bench, and he's thinking, oh, okay, I'm gassed, first time on the bench for Arsenal, but this 15-year-old is getting the minutes ahead of me.
I'm gonna be real. How good is he? But how good is he though?
How good is he, fun?
I'm gonna assume he's very good if he's playing under 18 football at 15 years old.
Do you know what, though? Do you know what I'm thinking as well, though? I think because the commentator made a point that, you know what, what's it called? You know, look what this means for Arsenal's academy. This could help, you know, other players coming through. But I saw it in a sense of, imagine I'm 20, right? I've been playing through the ranks, and I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, I am,
I am, you know, Charlie Patino. I am Mika Biref. I am whoever else, right?
Luigi Gaspar,
right? Oh, he's gone, man.
League One, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to get my chance? Something tells me there was a lesson being taught, and I wonder, with Arteta and his very much philosophy and kind of like, you know, very much like, if you do not respond to my demands type of thing, after our values and stuff like that, because he's very big on that. If he doesn't care who you are, if you do not follow his values, you're out of the football club. And I just think to somebody like Lino, to somebody like the other players that are in the under 23s, for example, they will probably be like, listen, if you don't abide by my rules, you will be gone and you will never play a football again. So there was a part of me that felt like there's a lesson being taught here. Something's happened, I think, personally.
No, but then it also looks like, what is your squad that thin then that you had to go down that route?
No,
that's the other question I had.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
A 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. That's a good point, actually. September.
Yeah, no. To Lola's comment, I know that these players are on loan. However, as in, like, imagine, right? And Ethan has got more minutes for Arsenal than what's his name? What's my man's name? Hutchinson that you were referring to. People like that, where you're thinking all these other players that have gone on loan, obviously Balogun and players like that, right? They've all gone on loan. Now, Arsenal might be very much dedicated to, we must have Haaland players playing in our first team, sure, but I don't think that's going to be the case. When we start going for bigger and major honors, I'm sorry, Ethan, unless you cut the mustard, we won't be seeing you very, very soon. So I just wonder who this benefits, in all honesty. That was my question.
Kind of like, because you see how like Arteta is all about principle and non-negotiables, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
If I'm a 19-year-old and I'm seeing a 15-year-old come in my head, I'm gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be envious. I'm gonna be jealous. I'm gonna be like, raw. Why is my man getting a look and not me? But then I'm also gonna think to myself, hang on a minute, the pathway's there. If Arteta has given 15-year-olds the opportunity, if I crack on, if I work hard, if I work hard in training, if I do everything he tells me to do, potentially there's my chance coming through. It's similar to Liverpool, wherein Harvey Elliott started the season essentially, and he's 2 years younger than Curtis Jones. In my head, if I'm Curtis, I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, this guy trusts youth. Let me step up to the fore and I'll get my opportunity. That's how
I disagree.
Oscar, let me touch on that very quickly before you disagree with him. I would say this: if you're an Arsenal player now, just what's the word? The next thing Mikel's going to do, and probably Per Mertesacker as well as head of the academy, is going to watch how does everybody respond to what just took place at Brentford. Now you've seen a 15-year-old come on. Who's the one that's sulking? Who's moaning? Who's got a chip on their shoulder? And who's responding? Who's saying, you know what is this? These values are legit, right? Mikel, I am going to be your disciple. And if you're, because something tells me Ethan's probably Ethan's probably a guy who's probably sat there and said, Mikel, what do you want from me? I will do anything. Who knows? Who knows what kind of player he is, right? In terms of personally. And by the way, the Haaland Academy thing, the Haaland Academy documentary's out, the first 2 parts, and they're like 30 minutes long. Guys, brilliant watch. Great stuff.
I watched that.
No, you got to watch it. You would love it. Honestly, you would love it. But yeah.
Is it on Arsenal.com for £10 a month?
No, it's on YouTube's.
Oh, good, because you look like charging for everything. But
hey, man,
I hear that.
Arsenal versus Chelsea in the preseason, the friendly was free on Chelsea.com, but then they were charging for it on Arsenal.
It's like Everton, yeah. When we played Everton in the same tournament, Everton can't give the link free, blood. Us man were giving it, yo, membership.
You lot are scumbags. But anyway,
can I link Peter and Lola's point?
Yeah, go to it.
That's a fantastic point. Like, it's not like he's gotten 5 starts in a row. It's 3 minutes. Listen, if you're throwing a strop, if you're moaning, if you're down in tools because a 15-year-old got 3 minutes and you're 19, piss off. You know have the caliber anyway.
AD. No, Oscar. AD. All I'm gonna say: pay attention to Arsenal's under 23s and check the transfers out between now and next season, because I'm telling you, a lot of them lost their contracts this weekend.
Question. Yeah. Do you have players who are between the ages of 19 to 22 who have never made their debut for Arsenal and they're not on loan?
Oh, they're not on loan.
Yeah.
There is still a few. I mean, like people like Oli Inca. I don't know if he's on loan.
Yeah, if I'm one of them brothers, I'm fuming. I'm like, give me my debut. Give me my 3 minutes.
Amazon Inca.
Come on, man.
Go to Southend.
Anyway, I feel like I've made an issue out of something that really should be a thing that we celebrate. The youngest player ever to play in the Premier League. Congratulations to young.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I sound like a waste man. Don't get me wrong. I do, yeah. But it's one of them ones where I was like, look, yes, Arsenal got another young player, the last one, by the way, by Arsenal was Cesc Fabregas, who was the cornerstone of the football club, right? So it kind of makes that sense. But in the situation, I just felt I was happy, but I was kind of like, oh, so Olink is gone. There you go.
What we've learned from this conversation is that Peter doesn't have a clue about any Arsenal youth. Yeah, he doesn't know.
Wow,
he doesn't know anyone.
Is that what you're doing to me?
You've not given us anyone, Pete. You're not giving us anyone.
No, you said it wasn't on loan.
Yeah.
like Oscar, we've got 30 players on loan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're talking to a Chelsea fan here. Like, who are the young players in your under 23s right now?
I haven't looked at an under 23s games this season.
Oh, bloody hell!
People like Marquinhos. Oscar, put it this way: people like Marquinhos was playing in the under 23s this season, and about 3 or 4 games this season, right? And Marquinhos is 19 years of age. So,
has Rob Holding kicked a ball this season?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he better.
One more than
Tahar says, I hope Ethan had a good day at school tomorrow. I know the teachers are waiting for interviews. Look, this kid is a superstar in his school.
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
He can't go to school no more.
Let me tell you, bro.
If I was him, I would not play football at break time. I'm not playing with you, man.
He's probably not allowed
to. Oscar, do you remember Adrian Marietta, bro, was in year 11? Oh, no, you would have been there. But in year 11, this guy, after getting twined by Thomas Rosicky against Watford, right? He was at Salvo, age 16, the next day. We were rinsing him. We told him about how he got absolutely butchered by Thomas Rosicky. Who are we, us year sevens, running into Adrian Marietta?
He went on to be captain of Watford.
Yeah. He played like 500 Premier League games. He had a fantastic
man that
career.
were rinsing him. They work in construction. It's all right.
Boy.
If you get that CSCS card, you're up, though.
This guy, C1, shut your mouth. Like, look at this tweet.
He chopped
I can't read that out.
This guy's a moron. What are you talking about? Tahar said Broski gonna come into school with the life changed mentally.
Mentality.
Oh, mentality. My bad. Yeah.
He's won in it this week. He's won.
While we're here, guys, there's a lot of people that are watching so far. Please, if you haven't already, like the video, give us a little cheeky thumbs up, and then subscribe if you're new. Pete, are we still on Arsenal or where are we going next?
No. Let's keep it moving because there's not.
I think we should head to City, to Manchester City, because guys, he's done it again. He's done it again. That robot, and we need to speak about it,
guys. Yeah, you know, like when them was where the BBC says, 0 minutes. Game's kicked off, right? Yeah, the game's kicked off. The next comment, yeah. the next comment, yeah. What did it say? Goal, Grealish. I'm sitting there like, nah, bro.
I kid you not, yeah. I was chilling upstairs. I saw the time. I said, all right, let me go downstairs and watch the City game. I got downstairs at 12:32. Like, it was 1-0 already.
You know the difference between hearing an away cheer and a home cheer? You can tell the big difference.
You can tell the difference, yeah.
What are Wolves playing at? What's going on? And then,
Peter,
yeah.
Before we, sorry, I know we've left Arsenal, but Assad has given us a great comment here. You got to read it out. You got to explain.
Big up my G. What's it called? I saw an article on Arsenal website about him. Imagine being rated by your own club. What a G. I big up Assad, man. You are the man. You trust me, or woman. But yeah, no, you're a legend. Yeah. So Arsenal.com. You can check me out on there, boy. That's my second article on there. I had one when I did a match report for the Arsenal women, laying the smackdown. Big up Viv Mudema.
It's okay. It's okay. United women are here. We're here.
Yeah, about time you built it. About time you built it.
150 years.
It's okay. It's okay. This year is all right. Hey. It's just because Liverpool came back and they did beat Chelsea 2-1.
What a guy.
This is a huge deal, man. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, WSL. I'm here for it. I'm supporting the women.
If you haven't seen it, get on Arsenal.com and check out the latest article on there. They're talking about Peter as he presents. He's got a whole long article. Look at this beam. Look at that.
I big up Stuart McFarlane. You know what I'm saying? At least I can say I got a frigging photo shoot with Stuart McFarlane, the Arsenal photographer.
Wait, do you stand up when you announce?
Yeah, you got to be in, man. You got to be in. You got to be in, man.
You're sitting down.
Why would I sit down? I can't sit down. What do you mean? What? After Gabriel Jesus is put in the top corner, I'm sitting down.
Big man thing. This whole time, I
upside down.
I imagine you sitting down. So
Mate,
you just stand up the whole time.
Bro, I nearly fell out of the window when Danny Welbeck scored that header against Leicester. Are you kidding me, man? What are you talking about?
In the North Bank.
The thing is, I find it interesting because all other commentators, they tend to be like on the ground, like yeah. So I'm assuming, why did you go down there? Yeah.
So in my situation, it's because it's more so like an emergency PA role. So like it's more so when it comes to evacuations. Obviously, since with what happened at Hillsborough and everything else, it's a case of like we want to have them close to the control room with the stadium manager and the event manager and all that kind of stuff. Be with them so that in case something emergency needs to go out. So like at Old Trafford, I don't know if you noticed, your emergency PA is a woman.
It's a woman, and she's separate. She comes on. When she comes on, you know someone's in trouble. You know someone's in trouble when she comes on.
There was no food at half time.
When she speaks, a kid is missing. Someone is in trouble. And it's the fact that at Old Trafford, you don't have those little pings in it, like ding, ding, ding. It's like so you guys have two separate ones, and obviously Alan Keegan is your main guy, who's usually on the ground. Absolute legend in this thing. So so we would normally I would love to be pitch side. Are you kidding me? But the thing is, my view is great because I get to see the pitch from on a club level kind of thing. So like I'm seeing the formation. You know what I'm saying?
You can see the tactics better. You can see
I'm seeing a little bit better. And I'm never having to second get. Mate, Arteta comes as far as I am in terms of the way he walks down the touchline. Because he can't stay in his box, he's gonna get in trouble. He's staying in his technical area, but So that's basically the gig right there. And
you do both, then calm.
Yes. So I do end up doing both as well as playing the music out there. So if you got rhythms, anyone in the Top 4 podcast, Mandems and Galdem in the chat, send me your tunes, and I may play them if they're clean. All right.
Are you allowed to do that? What the hell?
What do you mean?
You can just
he's a DJ.
You can just play any artist.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying?
But the most
if it fits, you know what I'm saying? I've been playing for years. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, exactly. I got a couple guys that have been grinding for a couple of years, man.
Wait for that big break.
Sensational stuff, Pete. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Shout out Baraka, Top 4 Podcast going global. Assad says Peter over Martin Tyler. Says Peter hosting the Axe FM at the Emirates. I see you.
Hey, what? I used to be on Axe, you know. Man, don't forget, I used to be on Axe FM, yeah? Big up Ernest, big up Raymond, you know what I'm saying?
Peter, that day. Crazy. That's crazy.
You lot are hilarious. Man, big up GOD all day.
Stuff. But it did take us away. It did take us away from the sensational Haaland game. What's wrong with me? Assad says Haaland is fake. Him and KDB are mainstays in my FPL.
Guys, we're not. You know what? We're not talking about KDB enough. We're not, right? And you know, in years, but Oscar, no, you could do that, Oscar. In years gone past, KDB might have a slow start, and we're questioning him. Yeah, I've heard people on this podcast questioning Kevin De Bruyne as if, right? But I'll tell you one thing: you have to have in your fantasy team. You must have Cancelo. You must have Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland. It's over. After that, it's over. You're done.
I have Bernardo because I had to save money, but he's still giving me points, so it's calm.
Listen, if you want some money saving, you throw in Ilkay. Let me tell you something. Ilkay is a loyal servant to Pep. I don't know what's going on there, but he's a loyal one. Let me just tell you that right now.
You said Kevin De Bruyne is a mainstay in your fantasy football team. I'm going to go several steps further because the debate I've heard emanating from social media is Kevin De Bruyne the best CM in Premier League history? And it sounds wild, it sounds ludicrous, and it sounds premature. But when you look at all the metrics in terms of, you know, his goals and assists, when you look at, you know, his impacts to a team, the success of that team, longevity, eye test, he's got a plus on one of those scorecards. So I'm gonna ask. I guess I'll ask all three of you. Like, Is it knee jerk? Is it heat at the moment, or is Kevin De Bruyne? Is there a genuine argument to be made that he's the best CM in Premier League history?
Best team in the Premier League history. I think it's just the thing that I take to City in general as well. That Europe question is still there. It's still there.
Let's just talk Prem.
And I get it. If I'm talking just Prem, history.
Like you have to play a midfield free, yeah. It's got to be a midfield free because I think Keenan, Vieira, and then
yeah,
it's
that
one
man there. It's just like
I would put Oscar. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go out here on Front Street. Yeah, I'm having KDB.
It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be wild. I'm having KDB over Gerrard, over Lampard, over Scholes. I'm having him over all of those.
Yeah, but that's
not the thing is that's not right. Do you know what? It's fine with me. The thing is, though, here's the thing, though. AD.
You think he's better than Gerrard?
Gerrard didn't win the league.
I think so. The thing is,
I was gonna say Scholes.
With what AD said about, you know what, like you have to, like you kind of have to have him in that team. The thing is, there's David Silva as well. And I'm sitting there like scratching my head forever. Is he better than David Silva? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you talking about? I'm leaning. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight right now. We're gonna fight right now.
Kevin De Bruyne is magical, whether we accept it or not. He is phenomenal.
First things first. He's better than David Silva. Let's not even get that into question.
Don't disrespect David Silva like that. I don't like how clean you said that.
The fact that you led with Lampard and Gerrard, and then you've gone back to talk about David Silva, like Lampard and Gerrard ain't better than both of them.
No, I was going to show some respect.
Lampard and Gerrard are better than David Silva. So let's just nip that in the bud now.
Peter, I need a soliloquy. I need to talk about David Silva for like 30 seconds.
No, we don't. We don't need to do that. We don't need to. He hides the grass. He picks it up.
David Silva.
Let me tell you,
David Silva.
Kevin De Bruyne is clear of David Silva. It's not even
if I start talking about David Silva, my very short marriage would be in doubt. I cannot talk about David Silva on this podcast. I cannot.
Can I just give you one sentence? David Silva is not top 5 midfielders in Premier League history. Let's move on. Yeah. Now, when we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, yeah. First of all, you're right about Scholes. He's clear of that bum. Yeah. Second of all, he's not better.
That's not going to that's not going to debate. Get out of my face.
Let's just have it right. Yeah, all that needs to be restored. Yeah, there's certain midfilders that need to
Scholes is catching strays for that early England exit. I swear down, he's catching
the guy with a smoker. Get him out.
Oh my God.
Aside agreeing with you, KDB over Gerrard and Lampard.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I love Gerrard and Lampard. Don't get it twisted. They've done phenomenal things in the game for football, for the Premier League. We can be here till the cows come home. But I'm so sorry. This year, Kevin De Bruyne will break the assist record this year. Number one, because number two, he's got Erling Haaland, the fake magician robot. It's not fair. The sons of God in the early books of Genesis. These monsters, whoever they were, that is what we are watching in front of our very eyes. He's got how many goals? 14 goals this season. Mm-hmm. It's not even October. He's got 14 goals.
See, this is what's screwing my head. Yeah. First of all, this whole trophy logic thing is kind of irrelevant. Like there shouldn't be trophies included in the
Oscar, how many Premier League titles has KDB got though? His ones are like, they're not even.
Okay.
He's got bare medals.
How many Champions Leagues has he got?
None.
Oh, now you guys want to talk about trophies?
No. But what I'm saying is, you said I'm responding to your comment because you're saying like, I don't like when people bring up medals. Fair enough. I'm with you. Like if you're gonna fight, somebody who's got one Premier League title against someone who has none, I find that an argument that's very easy to dismiss. But when you've got like 5 Premier League titles, so it's like, okay, we have to talk about this.
Okay. He's got 5. You're comparing him to a player like Lampard who has 3, and then he has a Champions League as well.
Wait, Oscar. Lampard has only 3 Premier League titles?
Yeah, he has 3.
Oscar, we need to talk about that. As in, we can't dismiss it. How's Lampard only got 3? How's he only got 3 titles? And KDB's got 5. And KDB's got 5?
No, can I be real? No, the reason why I mentioned the trophies thing.
And man said his bum. Scholes has 11 Premier League trophies. I'm just going to say.
No. This is
11.
How many Premier Leagues does West Brown have? Like, come on, what are we doing here, guys?
I'm so sorry. If we're going to see
11 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues. Get out of here.
The slander of
man just dismissed him just like that. You can't.
Let me tell you, Robin, when you quit international football at age 28, trust me, bruv, the reputation you have is gone.
I get it.
No,
but
Scholes
look at that England team.
Scholes was a joke. It was a joke.
Look at Lola in the comments. She makes me sick. I'm taking Sesko ability to.
Oh God! How can I forget?
What?
How can I forget Frances Soler? Yeah, what? I cannot forget. Oscar Cesc Fabregas. Oh,
what?
Cesc
I'm not gonna lie.
So is Cesc above KDB? That's the question I want to ask.
It's a debate.
Okay. He carried Arsenal on his back, yeah. Then he went to Chelsea. He won the league. Him and Costa won the league for Chelsea. Like,
above KDB.
Sorry?
Let's not act like Hazard wasn't in that team. Disrespectful.
I mean, come on.
Like, for me, Cesc is above KDB.
Nah, but Oscar, that Hazard team. Listen, the 2015 Fabregas was unmatched. His debut against Burnley, that assist still the best assist of all time in Premier League history.
We've found ourselves in a hole. This really
is a mess. It's a nasty mess.
A top 4.
But yeah, back to City and KDB and Erling Haaland. Yeah, the league's wrapped up. Let's just be honest.
Rosie and Jim. You know what I'm saying? It's Rosie and Jim. Like, that is just
tapped. This is tapped behavior from Lola. I can't believe that.
Nah, sure. I'm loving that midfield. I'm loving that midfield.
So she's saying that Cesc and KDB are top 2 midfielders. Where's
Vieira? I'd have Vieira in the deeper of the 3, and then I'll have Cesc and KDB. We call it a night. Thank you and good night.
First of all, you're not winning the ball back at all. Yeah, it's just running around.
Vieira, I said, I've got Vieira. I cannot win the ball when I've got Patrick Vieira. I just said I got Patrick Vieira.
Vieira's going to screen and win the ball. All right, cool, yeah. Fair
Oscar, Vieira, the screen, Oscar, in case you didn't forget, the invisible wall was called Gilberto Silva, not Patrick Vieira. However, Vieira, Cesc, and KDB, thank you and good night.
Look.
And I have to shoehorn David Silva on the left wing. I'm just going to shoehorn him in.
What am I saying is you look up the top 5 Premier League assist makers. You got Frank Lampard in that list. You look at the top 5 Premier League goal scorers. You got Frank Lampard in that list. Ask yourself, why the duality? Ask yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because your strikers were bums. That's why.
My striker was Drogba. He scored 29 goals and won a golden boot. Don't ever disrespect.
How many goals did
5 seasons?
He had a couple. Yeah, How many goals did he score for Chelsea in total?
C1, answer these questions.
I think it's 104, you know.
He's struggling with that wet hair, bro. That used to annoy me.
You want me a Champions League? Guys, Lampard won a Champions League as a player and
look, we can't come to an agreement. It's a joke. Yeah, we can't come to an agreement. But anyway, Man City winning 3-0, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's boring in the sense of they're going to win every game. Haaland's going to score all the time. KDB is amazing. And it's good to see Jack Grealish get a goal as well. And it's we might as well, like, what we're watching is the waiting game, isn't it? Arsenal and City and Tottenham are in the top 3, but let's be honest. Later on down the line, and Arsenal are not in the title race. Let's have it right. Man City will be gone clear. When we hit to January and February, they'll be 15 points ahead of second place. And then that will be that. You know what I'm saying?
We've started.
I need. You know how Pep said he's going to decide his future after the World Cup. I need the man gone.
Also, by the way,
need the man gone.
Hang on, SW6, yeah, Yaya peak, yeah, the peak Yaya Toure. 13-14 was a joke.
How many goals did he score in 13-14? That's insane.
20.
No, you're lying.
That's the midfield equivalent of Van Dijk, 19. I'm telling you.
No, he scored 20 goals. Is that it?
Oscar, shut up, man. He's in midfield. What's the matter with you?
From midfield.
Oscar. Did Lampard have Aguero up front, or did he have a smelly whoever it was that time? Hedgeman.
He doesn't stick to his level.
No, because if you're talking about smelly counterparts, explain to me why Lampard is top 5 assists in the Premier League history. All right then.
Lampard's phenomenal.
All right then.
He did play in the league for like 30 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna be real. I think the only comparable, like in terms of Gerrard Lampard's goals, I think for me the only comparable is Lampard to KDB. All in when you consider
your disrespect for Yaya Toure, by the way, yeah. In a season where Aguero got 17, Suarez got 31, Daniel Sturridge second with 21, Yaya was third with 20 from midfield, and Sergio Aguero scored 17. And Bonnie must have played for Swansea because he got 16. There's no way. But Edin Dzeko got 16. Dzeko got 16 that year. So they had good players.
Pete, in 2010, Lampard scored 22 goals and 14 assists.
Greece.
Shut up! Everyone shut your mouths! Shut your mouths!
2010, it was so funny. It's like, didn't Drogba score like 30 that year?
And then 29 that year. Lampard got 14 assists.
And I'm sure Anelka got a good 15 that year as well. Because that was that bullish
robot.
That was the Robot Wars Chelsea. It was just machines. The midfield it was Essien, Ballack, and Mikel. Forget about it. And Lampard just always late arrival in the penalty area.
Stop playing with him. Stop. No, wait, why are people telling me to respect Yaya? Yaya was great. I don't have no disrespect for Yaya. I'm just saying Lampard scored 22. That's what I'm saying.
No, fair. Phenomenal. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on, please.
Because there's nothing really.
There was a comment on the City game that I have to run back to. It's going to be so long for me to find it, but we must discuss it because Lola put up a comment, and I'm trying to, guys. Collins is tapped. What was that tackle? What was that tackle?
Hey.
Look, Adrian, we have to start this series. I'm dead serious because in the term football is bent, he was clearly on for a bet. That was a bet, Oscar, because he tried to kick his ribs. He tried to break his rib. No, that is what you call a bent move.
He has to take him down somehow. He said, if it's for the good of the league, yeah, he has to go.
Listen, you man, I'm not even joking. Whatever, like, he needs to go to an independent commission, right? They need to review that. They need to give him however many bans, and then they need to double the number that they give him because that was criminal. What I saw,
it's criminal.
How dare he?
Bent.
No. We need to start now. The game.
I told you. He said for the good of the league, I have to do something.
Guys, it was in the middle of the park. Yeah, it was what 30 minutes played.
No.
Okay, I get you're a goal down, right? I get all that. Maybe you're 2 goals down, right? But in the middle of the pit, Oscar, an envelope was passed. There was no other way to explain this. Football is bent.
Where's he from? Peter, is he Irish?
Let's say, is he Irish?
We need to do a sweep of every bookmakers in Cork from Cork to Dublin because I'm telling you, somebody would have had Collins red card.
Oh, man.
Do you see the article that came out before the game? Right. So Collins was interviewed before the game, and in this interview, he talks about how his dad is his biggest critic, and he says, "quote in the interview, my dad would probably criticize me even if I silenced Haaland." Basically saying that if he kept Haaland out and get a clean sheet, his dad would still come and criticize him. And he goes and does that in the game.
His dad must have beat him up. He must have got the belts out or something.
Oh, his dad must be eating. Like, you know, like what was it, like Ben Amos or someone or Sam Johnston? They put like 10 quid on their son playing for England one day.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure Collins' dad put a tenner on his son getting a Premier League red card at a point, and he just wanted to cash it. He said, "Dad, enough is enough."
Man, honestly,
Baraka said that challenge seemed personal. Not gonna lie.
He said something behind closed doors, boy, in a tunnel. He offered Grealish's mum or something like that.
He offered him out.
He offered him out.
On City, the underwhelming English players actually got some GA in this game. Jack Grealish got a goal. Foden got a goal.
Yes,
they need that. They
do. No, they do. And you know, credit to them. They've listen. Wolves were not an easy game. It was not an easy side to play against. To be fair, Wolves had a spell, and as soon as they had that spell, they were conceding goals.
Do you not think this Foden guy's getting away with it a little bit?
A tad. For sure.
Does he remind you of anyone?
Ask the question.
Robin, does he remind you of anyone? Extremely talented young English player, mixed into a league-winning squad in Manchester, continuously picking up trophies. But on his talent and reputation, we look at him as some sort of mystical figure, but he's actually just not really affecting that many games.
Well, Kennington's where it started. Is it Kennington where it started?
I was going to talk about the Ginger Pele. I was going to talk about Paul Scholes.
Yeah, I was like, he's going to go for him.
Oh, come on, you can't go for Paul Scholes.
I was like, you're reaching.
Both of them was the same thing.
No, Oscar, that's outrageous. That's outrageous.
They're the same thing.
That's a yellow card.
How old is Foden?
22. He's born in
When
2000.
Scholes was 22, was he better than Foden?
Oh,
yes.
I wasn't watching football.
What year was 22 for Scholes? What year was that?
They're the same guy.
It's probably like 1972, man.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Good point from Taha, though. By the way, good point, man. Grealish leaving the Irish gang, like Colin said, he took that to the Guinness.
He took that beef for real.
No, Mandem. You see Phil Foden, he's not getting away with it. That's a euphemism. He's won PFA Young Player of the Year twice in a row.
Twice.
Yeah, no, for real. We need to stick
Both
it
times
on
he
him.
didn't deserve it.
We got to stick it to him for sure.
Come on, man. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. SW6 says Scholesy, hey, Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar's trying to kill someone's career, bro. We can't have that. Can we move things forward?
So the thing is, I really like Scholes, so it's horrible.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm actually glad you said that.
What do you call it? How do you think they did? Who did they play midweek? Oh, they played Dortmund. But yeah.
Again, another freak goal from
Haaland. Yeah.
The assist from Cancelo. Oh, honestly.
You see, man, that's a joke, that assist. Outside boot.
Yeah. Oscar, he's right-footed playing at left back. No one's talking about this. They don't have a left back. They don't have a left back. It's a joke thing. Honestly, it's a joke thing. Yeah, honestly, Juve took a howler because City gave them Danilo. What's he doing lately? Niche.
You see, I told you, Thomas Tuchel is looking around. He's lurking in Italy. I told you that Juve job.
I know. You know what? The reports from Italy are saying that Allegri's contract is fat. Like, if you're sacking him, you're talking about that Brendan Rodgers 20 mil. Listen, Allegri's probably got 50 waiting, and Juve cannot pay that 50. They gave him a 5-year contract when he joined them back. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen yet. But Tommy Tuchel is going to be circulating. I think Bayern Munich's the next job for him, if I'm honest. I think it'll be Bayern. Oscar, your boy Frankie Lampard got a win on the weekend. First Everton win.
Super Frankie Lampard.
Can I make a confession?
Go on.
Everton will be all right this season.
Peter.
Yeah.
I said that August the 8th. I said that in the comments of August the 8th.
That's
you did. And can I give you one reason why? I'll give you one reason why. Two reasons why. The centre-half signings they bought in Tarkowski and Connor Coates.
Cody, just Prem experience.
Oh, like that is Lampard grit right there. English grit.
English tough centre-backs. Let's go.
He is Rory Jennings through and through. And then also the fact that Maupay is actually now gonna, because this finish, by the way, was not a fluke. It was a phenomenal goal against West Ham United.
No, but Pete.
By the way, West Ham are in some trouble.
No, Pete, wait. Before we get onto West Ham, let's talk about that midfield of Everton, yeah?
Oh, God.
You got Iwobi in there, yeah? You got Onana in there, yeah? You got Idrissa Gana Gueye back home. Guys, Lampard is restoring the feeling.
All of a sudden. What?
All of a sudden.
Whoa!
Let me tell you something right now. If you're a Southampton fan, look over your shoulder, okay? Because you're gonna get sunked into this. You're gonna get sunked into this.
Look at. Let's just look at the geographical locations of what he's done here. So he's got his centre backs, the English core. We already spoke about it. The English core of the centre backs. Yeah. The wingers that are driving forward, young English lads, die for the shirt. Yeah. Damari Gray,
Ashley Gordon. What's that like?
Anthony Gordon.
What's it like?
Lola's just coming in. The PNP in midfield. This is what Lampard has been dreaming of. Yeah. African midfield. The African midfield. And then that's all backed by a Champions League winning manager. Guys, everyone goes to the promised land.
Now, do you know what, Oscar? I looked at their game on the weekend. I said, you know what? They're gonna be all right. I literally said,
especially like Goodison Park, there's a feel good factor. Like there's something there.
for sure. But also the main thing,
get me there, get me there.
They were saying that obviously, you know what, first win for Everton this season, blah blah, and that sounds like a negative comment, but they're not losing many games. Like they've been drawing them, and I looked at the centre half. So who's their new centre half? Because it can't be Yerry Mina in that toilet or Holgate in that frigging rubbish bin. It can't be them two. So I looked at it. I said, Cody and Tarkowski. It makes sense. I was like, okay. So I think they're gonna be fine. I'll tell you who's going down though, guys. Yeah, because you know how we've put Bournemouth in that relegation thing, and obviously I had Everton in there. But you know who's gonna replace Everton right now? Nottingham Forest, because these defeats to Bournemouth and Fulham are unacceptable. 3-2 on both occasions.
What is there? They're going down. There's nothing there.
Okay, but I didn't see anyone say Forest.
They did another Fulham.
They spent
I said it at the start. I said at the start. They spent a new 11, and look what's happened.
My question is, who do they need to sign in January to keep them up?
Another 11.
Although, did you know what? Cynically, they might have actually bought that squad to get relegated. And what I mean by that is, bro, like when you buy bare men in their prime, some of them are gonna stay. The ones that cut, sell them, get the money, flip that, you go again. And then they're gonna do like a Norwich thing. So if they stay in the league calm, if they go down, they'll flip it. So we'll see, man.
Bro, every time I watch them, there's players I've never heard of. Like their team.
Yeah,
I don't know
someone new.
Guys, do you guys know Morgan Gibbs-White?
Yeah, I mean I know Morgan. Yeah,
they signed him what, £45 million? I heard.
Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
There are football clubs that are destined to go down. They're destined. 45 of your British sterling. You know, people like Valencia are struggling to buy players. You know, Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Teams are struggling to buy.
Yeah, what do you mean?
A Super League is coming this year. It's coming.
Why?
Because who was it that was talking? It was somebody like in Serie A or Spain that said, "How can Forest outbid a player? Outbid us for a player?" Forest, they've been in the ashes for the last decade, 20 years, and yet they're outbidding for us. That's when you know. No, honestly, football is a joke, bro. If Forest are allowed to spunk money on Morgan Gibbs-White, he's not even an international, and they spent 40 million quid on such. Forest deserve to go down. Go down. Let him go. Where's the sponsor as well? Why have they got no sponsor in their shirt?
I think that's cold, but like, who are you to have that? Who are you?
Are they Barcelona?
Yeah, that's what I only noticed that this week. Like, they have no sponsor.
I just looked at them. I was like, you lot are a mess. Losing to Bournemouth was one thing. Losing to Fulham as well. You can't lose to your.
They considered free to Fulham. Willian's getting an assist.
Oscar, I see Willian getting an assist. I said, nah. Like, Oscar, they lost to Bournemouth, bruv. Name me their goal scorers. You don't know a Bournemouth striker. You don't know him. So how are they scoring 3 against you? You don't know him.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But back to West Ham because
okay.
No, I had to go back because I'm going back to the start of our new season of the pod, and we were discussing the conference places, and Peter vehemently said Aston Villa couldn't challenge for those places because teams like West Ham, vehemently, he was like, they are not getting anywhere near the conference league places because West Ham were there, Leicester were there. Who else was there? One of my other teams, but he said that Villa couldn't make it. But look at what's going on here, Pete. We need to reevaluate this conference league place. And I said it is open. That place for Europe, people can get it if they really want. At the way things are going,
you can get it if you really want. The thing is, I'm a believer of the cream rises to the top, and I believe in DNA. The truth of the matter is, West Ham will not finish 18th this year, right? And Aston Villa.
That's all.
Robin, Aston Villa, is a garbage side. I'm so sorry.
It is. I agree with you.
And it won't fight for that top 7. It will not. Yeah, because look at them. Yeah, look at them. Look at their win against Southampton. Southampton, for crying out loud, right? Who seems to be a football club that can lose every game in the league and never be in the bottom 3. I don't understand.
How do they keep it?
Like I sat there thinking they even lose to Villa and they're not in the bottom 3.
Actually, I realized this. I was saying how can they keep losing, but they beat Chelsea, so yeah, that's my team. That's probably why.
listen, I'm not. Look, West Ham will finish because I looked at their players. I'm looking at Scamacca. Yeah, I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? What's my man's name? They had another player in there that I was like, ooh, Paquet. Oh, Paquet, bro. West Ham will cook. Give it time. But a moaning David Moyes is not a good sign. That's all I'll say. A moaning David Moyes is not a good sign. So let's see, man. Robin, Villa will finish 16th and West Ham will finish 7th. Okay?
No. So my argument is that Villa conference is not a bad thing for Villa, especially when the people fighting for conference are not there at the moment.
That's an amazing thing.
Have you looked at Villa's back four?
Oh, I've seen it. It's horrible.
Thank you very much. And there you are.
But look at the competition. Even Newcastle, who keeps to be drawing every week, and I've been keeping my eye on them because they've given me some question marks because they should be the team that should realistically be fighting for that spot as well going forward. But
they should, but it's just like it's a good squad. It's a squad that great. Like it's a considerably better than everyone else. I know I'm saying that after they signed like a £60 million striker, but do you know what I mean? Like is Newcastle like clear of like West Ham or Aston Villa?
It's the manager. It's the manager that makes them clear.
The thing is that I know people like Brentford, Leeds, they're in the top 10 at the moment, and it's not looking good for the likes of Villa and so on, right? But the truth of the matter is this: even Palace are 16th, by the way. And we're not talking Palace, are we? We're not talking about anything about Palace because we just think people like I believe this was Wolves as well. Wolves and West Ham and Newcastle. When the iron sort of gets hot, then they'll be back to basics kind of thing. They'll be back on top form. Newcastle again. I think they've drawn 5 out of their 7 games this season, so they've only won 1 game. So again, it's one of those. I think once they get one going, then it'll be bang. I think in that time, have they had some tough opposition? They've gone to Anfield, they've played City at home, things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't be so. Listen, the football changes so dramatically. It's outrageous. Arsenal are top of the league. Yeah, right. That's when you're not in a normal season. Nottingham Forest think they're Barcelona and Fulham with their 100 million spent and no sponsor. Do you know what I'm saying? We're looking at a situation where Leicester can't win a game, can't buy a point. So yeah, we'll have to revisit like when the World Cup's here, and we'll see because there's about 20 games between now and the World Cup. So by the World Cup, we can sort of start to look and be like, okay, here's where everybody is. But yeah,
Peter, it's early days. Don't get me wrong, yeah. But do you think like? Obviously, we spoke about Leicester earlier. Do you think West Ham are having a similar sort of problem wherein like you're playing at a certain level and you've been close a couple of times and you haven't quite got it over the line? Do you feel like teams, how can I put it? So you see like how David Moyes is, yeah? He's like a competent coach, he's a respectable coach. But do you feel like he's almost built the rod for his own back where like people have like figured him out and like they play against him like he's a Spurs? But he's not a Spurs, really. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like confident to get to that level, and then when he meets man that are treating him like a Spurs, it's like, well, that's not what he's on.
It's a great question, and as well, I think West Ham this year will have what Leicester had last year. So in the end, they finish, top 8, but it's not been easy. But they have brought in a few players, and I think they're just waiting for that to gel, waiting for that to mold, and then as we say, Paqueta and Scamacca, that is looking good. And I'm waiting for it to unfold, and they should be okay. And very quickly as well, Brighton, obviously, they've recruited a new manager, De Zerbi, who is formerly of, I want to say, Shakhtar last season. And before that, it was at Sassuolo. So this is a manager who's of the same ilk, I think the board they put out, he sort of fits the culture of Brighton and Hove Albion. So this is a good move for Brighton and Hove Albion fans. Hopefully they will have, the same success, if not better, than what Graham Potts.
So, I mean, the managers are out there. Like people always talk about, who could you get if you sacked your manager? It's like, well, the managers. You
got to do your research. They were saying as well that they were looking at managers before Potter was getting linked because they just knew he was going to be hot property soon, and they already had the next guy from last season in mind. So fair play, credit to Brighton the way that they've looked after this. Let's see if he does well. You just never know.
There's a couple comments on West Ham, Pete. Let me just read them out. Okay. Pete, I think when I speak, I've got echo from you.
Oh, interesting.
I think if I mute you, it goes. So just keep that in mind. Assad says, why are we shocked with West Ham? They've been doing it for years. They sign decent players and fail. David Moyes also has his limits. I expected them to fall off. Lola saying West Ham need to swap keepers to Areola, and in my opinion, find a way for scam artist to be their starting striker. And Souček can't start in midfield, bench option only. Oh, Souček's being found out. He's looking funny in the light, man. He's looking funny in the light. Same with that boy Basmati. That Basmati boy is funny in the light too.
Declan.
Here's the truth of the matter. Like, it's, you know, they've got new players in that team, and there is a lot more to fight for. They've been playing European football for the last 2 seasons, or if not 1 season. You know, there is a lot going on with West Ham. I am surprised, because I think West Ham are still. I think this is a real deal team. I don't think they're just a one-off flash in the pan. I think they're legit. And so I think they'll come back up there, especially with the likes of Moyes, because Moyes is a top manager. Speaking of which as well, like I say top manager, but what Bournemouth have been doing since the sacking of Scott Parker, by the way, cannot go unnoticed. They haven't lost a game. They drew at Newcastle. They obviously they got pump action from that Liverpool game back then under Scott. I think they beat Forest, and they drew with somebody else. Did they draw with somebody worthy? I forget who it is now. It's gone. But they drew with somebody of note where I was like, oh, hello. You know, so Bournemouth, big up to Bournemouth. They've actually been doing well. That's all there really is from this weekend's action. Newcastle's an interesting one, of course. We don't know what's quite going on with them, but we'll see. They might pick up the paces. Oh, yeah, they drew at home to Wolves. So after the 9-0, they drew at home to Wolves. They beat Forest away. They drew with Newcastle away. Their next games are Brentford at home, Leicester at home, Fulham away, Southampton at home, West Ham away. Nice fixtures for Bournemouth. New manager bounce with Solanke being fit. It will return to normal soon. I mean, it's not even a new manager, isn't it? I don't think they've recruited one, have they?
Wait, you know what's funny? What is Solanke coming back a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
What's normal for this?
Yeah.
Considering they're the worst team in the league. So
are they still? They're not bottom of the league, are they?
No,
personnel.
But just like they are.
But you know, but what's funny? Bournemouth are 12th in the division. They're ahead of Everton, Southampton, Villa, Palace, Wolves, West Ham, Forest, and Leicester. Maybe Bournemouth's season is not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
it's because they've won 2 games.
They won 1.
It's early, isn't it? You know?
They've won 2.
They drew 2 and won 1.
They've won 2, Peter.
Oh, what, in the whole season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine, fair enough.
And
they beat Villa.
Newcastle.
They beat Villa. Well, Newcastle drew to everybody, but they beat Villa, which is great stuff. And yeah. Anyway, guys, player of the week.
Oh,
sorry, the England squad. Before we end, the England squad. Holy smoke!
There's a couple of things that need to be spoken about before we end.
Yeah.
Let's go to the England squad.
Yeah. Gary, what's his name? AD mentioned earlier that Brendan Rodgers wants to sabotage his situation at Leicester City because there's £20 million sitting on the table. I think you can put that title on Gareth Southgate as well. What the hell?
100%.
What are you guys talking about?
Oscar, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire in the England squad.
Gareth Southgate is the most secure job in the country. Yeah. All of us here will be sacked from our respective jobs before Southgate gets sacked.
No. But if anyone else picks that, if anyone else picks that 23, I know it's 26 actually going to the World Cup. I looked at that 23, and I said 4 of these men are not playing regular football, and you've gone on record to say that you're going to pick players on form and who's doing well. And I looked at it and I said, huh? What's this happening here? What's going on here? AD, that English team is horrid.
No, I'll give you an example. So I'll give you an example. So you said like Maguire's historically been good with Gareth Southgate. Like he's one of our best players at the Euros. Luke Shaw, I'm not with it really, but what are we going to put Tyreek Mitchell there? Are we going to call up Kyle Walker-Peters? Like, I'm not be that. What's the atrocity? Or what's the
I'm sorry. What does Fikayo Tomori have to do to get into this England squad? Man has won in Serie A.
He's in the squad.
I see the squad. Okay, fair enough. I thought I didn't see his name, but yeah. I'm just thinking players like, but is he going to play? That's the question.
Probably
because
not.
I see Conor Cody playing. I see Harry Maguire playing. I see Luke Shaw playing, and I'm just like, and I'm looking at this so close to the actual World Cup. I'm thinking these men are actually going to the World Cup. Why? Why are they going to the World Cup? What is Gareth Southgate's plan? What is he going to do? Because I kid you not, if he goes with these men to the World Cup and doesn't pick the players that he can pick, he's not getting out of the group stage.
Robin, my question is, who's missing? Apart, maybe what? I'll probably say like Maddison is probably like a glaring.
Maddison is glaringly good. That was my big why. Why is he not there?
Cool. But the name who were the out?
In terms of the front three. In terms of the front three as well, I think Sterling's not there, or is he there? I don't think he's there.
Sterling's there. Sterling's in the squad. The omissions are Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford. Jadon Sancho, again, I think he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble.
Rashford's injured, right?
Yeah, Rashford's the only reason he's not going is because he's injured.
And what does Maddison have to do to get in there?
Why is Bowen there? That's the question as well. I'm looking at that. Like, why is he there?
Is Grealish there? Did Grealish make it?
Grealish made it.
He's
only just played one game.
Turn it in.
A year ago, when Southgate was blanking him, Southgate was the worst man on God's green earth. Now he's picking him in the squads.
We're moaning.
No, but we're moaning. It's because it's like when you go on what you say and then you do the opposite of what you say. It's like, hang on a minute. Like, do these men deserve to go to World Cup to represent the country and try and win this thing? Pick your best players that are actually on form, that will actually do your job.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Oscar. Oscar Southgate has cost his job this World Cup. If that's the squad that's going, he's cost him his own job.
Okay. So let's talk about what the comments are saying. So one omission that Lola's asking, why is Bowen there?
Good question.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
She also says, dislike Sancho or not, he's been better than Bowen. Not hard to be. I know Bowen's got no goals, no assists in all comps. But also Bowen has been dead. The games played for England, he's been dead as well. Yeah, that's true. Assad is saying, how is Mount there ahead of Maddison is beyond me. It just shows all you need is good PR.
How is Calvin Phillips there? We've not seen Calvin Phillips this season when he went to Manchester City.
I didn't even deep that. Calvin Phillips.
The thing is,
Calvin Phillips is in the squad.
Who else plays in that position? And also, Calvin Phillips is now out of that squad because he's going for surgery, isn't he? So he's out of that squad. But who plays in that position? Will it be, I guess, Declan Rice?
I think at the World Cup.
Where is Maddison though? For flip's sake.
Guys, here's how you have to look at it. You have to assess how England play and then determine who should play in that. Maddison is not going to play for England. England do not play at number 10. He's not playing. He's not playing on the wing, and he's not playing in the pivot. So Maddison, it's pointless Maddison even being there. Let's be honest. Madison's not going to play for England. So
Oscar, he's England's best midfielder to date. On form, he's been the best
right now.
Last season,
that could be completely different.
Oh, come on, man! For flip's sake, come on, Oscar.
No, Pete.
Come on, he's the best central midfielder in the country for the nation. He's been the best.
Look,
and we're debating about him playing for England. I'm looking at Calvin Phillips, James Ward-Prowse, Mason Mount.
Pete,
with your argument.
You have to look at it as, okay, what formation are we playing? We know what Southgate's doing here. He's playing the two in the middle, which is going to be Rice and Phillips if everyone's fit, right? Rice and Phillips, that's who he played at Euros. And then the others are attackers, essentially. There's no other midfielder that he plays. So he forces Foden or Mount in an attacking position, which is just dumb, yeah? And then he plays with Kane, and he's going to play with, I don't know, Sterling on the left. We know what's happening here. Why are we up in arms?
Ben Chilwell. I'm looking at these names.
Yes,
Ben Chilwell should be there. What's the issue?
What's he done?
What do you mean, what's he done? What kind of
question
is that? He's England's best left back. He's England's best left back. Who's better than Ben Chilwell?
Oscar Cucurella's playing ahead of him at Chelsea.
Who is better than Ben Chilwell? Played against West Ham and scored. Who's better than Ben Chilwell?
When did you play West Ham?
Our last home league game was West Ham.
Fair enough. Who else goes at left back? I mean, oh God, we are dripping.
That's what I'm saying. What, Tyreek Mitchell?
No, but guys, what did I say to you lot in the group chat? I said, look, I can't get myself mad about this squad. I can't. I'll be mad when the World Cup squad comes out. I can't be mad at this because it's just pointless. Like, it's Southgate picking this England team.
And here's the thing, Oscar, though, as well.
Anything great with Southgate?
Oscar, let's deep this as well. Tony wasn't in this squad when Rashford was there.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. Like, what? Why are people acting like Tony should play for England in the World Cup?
No,
like, what's that about?
I mean, I'm seeing Foden, Saka. Let's keep it frank. He shouldn't be in the squad right now.
Why?
Wait, guys. You see, we talk about form.
Yeah, you're smoking some kind of drug.
Yeah, we talk about form. Tony's got a hat trick, and now we're critiquing my man.
No, Tony shouldn't be there.
Tony can get there, but the reason he wasn't there in the first place is because Rashford got injured.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first name in the England midfield on the team sheet I'm already looking at the first game in Qatar against whoever it is, the USA, is James Maddison.
No,
it's as simple as that.
Well, Pete, you're just looking at you're just saying who's played the best. Let's get them in the team. What you have to look at is how does Southgate want to play? And the most notable thing the most notable thing to all of us here should be look at the amount of defenders that are in that list in comparison to the amount of midfielders. He's playing a 5 at the back. That's what he's doing. Yeah. And he's playing 2 holding mids and he's playing attackers.
Oscar, today we saw a crown be taken off the Queen Mother, the Queen herself. We will be seeing the waistcoat coming off. When they land from Qatar, when they land from Doha, he will be stripped of his waistcoat. Let me tell you that right now.
Robin,
right there, he's cost himself this World Cup. He's cost himself.
No, I can't lie.
I have a question for you, man. Do you not remember in the Euros when we were complaining about Gareth Southgate and Peter and David were just there like, what's there to complain about? He's winning. He's doing what you guys want. What do you expect from England? That's the nonsense you were giving me.
Think about what you're going to say before you say it. Because what was the difference with the England of then and now? We weren't debating the players that should be in the squad.
Yes, we were.
Oh, sorry. Who was left out that should have been in the Euro
squad?
Squad?
We were talking about Fikayo Tomori last season.
Yeah,
we were talking about Madison last season.
We were
talking about Sancho not starting.
Yeah.
Southgate has given you this. He's done all of this before.
Tomori didn't need to be in the Euros last time round.
He won the league with Italy.
So I mean, he won this year. Relax. He won this year.
He was awesome in the Champions. He was awesome there last year. He went there in January. Remember?
So are you backing this?
No, like it's Southgate though. It's Southgate.
What I'm saying is the best player in the country isn't in the squad. That's what I'm saying to you.
Who's the
best player in the country isn't in the squad.
Madison's not the best player in the country. You need to chill out.
In terms of the midfield, he is the best English player in the country.
Oh, all right.
Okay, name the better one, please.
No, it's all right, but it's momentary because I can tell you in 2 months you won't be saying it's Madison.
Listen, he got 15 assists or whatever it was and 10 goals last year. That was good enough form. Superb form. He started this year like he finished last year. He's been on flying form. But what I'm looking at, I'm staring at here, I'm staring at a Declan Rice who's West Ham sider in the bottom 3. I'm looking at a Mason Mount who's been missing for the last 2 years. I'm looking at a Calvin Phillips who hasn't touched the grass in Manchester and a James friggin' Ward-Prowse. Are you taking the piss out of me? Ahead of Madders.
Everything you said is correct, but you're disregarding my first point, which was Gareth Southgate is not playing a number 10. Madison.
And all I said to you was he's cost himself the World Cup. That's all I've said to you. The Blazer is being stripped away.
He was never going to win the World Cup. He's a moron of a manager.
It's being stripped away after. Yeah, we're going to have a funeral for the England team at the end of the World Cup, and his waistcoat will be stripped. Okay, and I'll be on the first phone to Mr. Carlo Ancelotti. Get your Real Madrid Ria over to Stoke-on-Trent because you're going to be managing that team from
St. George's Park, yeah?
Burton area. You come down there. That's the first thing I do. If I'm the FA, my first act as the head of board of the FA is I release Southgate and I call Ancelotti one time to sort out this mess.
What do you think about Taha's point here where he says, look, Peter wants to get rid of both our defensive midfielders to add Maddison?
What I'm saying is, no, Joyce, I'm not even got a problem with them even remaining in there. My question is, look, I mean, first of all, the defenders and the attackers are far too many compared to the midfield. The midfield needs to be a bit more thicker than what it is, right? We need to add.
What the Silva from Brentford?
You haven't listened to a word I said.
I have listened to a word you said. I've heard what you said, right? But we can't go with 5 midfielders to the World Cup, can we, if he plays 3?
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and it's wrong. And it's wrong. Okay, and it's wrong. Guess what? It's wrong. Okay, he needs to take Maddison to the World Cup. End of story. He has to.
Like we can take Maddison and Maddison won't play. Like I don't really see them.
I see people like Jack Grealish in this squad. I see certain men that are in this squad that shouldn't be in this squad.
Jack
Grealish, if the best, if you're talking about, look, we've got so many players that are better than Madders, and even though Madders is on flying form, no arguments made. Look at the dross I'm seeing on this England squad. Look at what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire made this frigging squad.
I agree.
I think what you guys are doing is you're seeing the potential, and you're seeing the fact that what I've accepted is that Southgate is a trash manager, and the way he plays football is terrible. And C1 is saying Southgate's going to embarrass himself. No, this England team is going to get to at least the quarterfinals. I think they'll get to the semi-finals, and they'll go out, and no one will care. Like he's not going to embarrass himself.
I'll keep it a buck. They're not going to the semi-final.
Of course, they are. Guys, this team is good enough.
That squad is not going to the semi-final this year. And also,
you're forgetting about the luck of the draw, Pete. Remember last World Cup?
Oscar, have you seen the political group stage we're in right now? We've got frigging what we got? Iran, USA,
and US, and Wales.
You see
Wales.
Because I took part on 11.
Guys,
I'm looking at that US squad. That US squad is it's interesting.
Robin, you see this squad right in front of us right now? This 23, this is topping that group.
Easy.
So I don't know what you guys are arguing about.
7 points minimum.
Ask Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale about that one.
What are they gonna do with Danny Ward in goal? What are they gonna do?
Hennessy. Gotta be Hennessy.
Man mentioned some pensioners, What the hell?
No, listen. Look, one thing I've settled with is he will be handing over that waistcoat in December. That's as long as
after that. I think he's done after that.
He's done, Oscar. He's done.
Yeah, bro, I'm begging for him to be done. I want him out.
I think the people upstairs. You said that his job is so secure. Like we're gonna lose our jobs first. I don't agree. Us men are gonna outlast Southgate come this year. In fact, some of you men are gonna get promotions.
Baraka says, "I can't wait to enjoy this Southgate spliff on Black Friday." Hey, Baraka, like USA are getting put in
but like I said,
they're getting put in a blender. I'm telling you that now. Don't get your hopes up for this World Cup. Yeah, he's a USA.
You got Weston McKennie. What is it, Captain Marvel and them and
Hey, what is McBride still there? Allow me.
He's probably a coach.
He's probably part of the coaching staff.
In this World Cup,
gets out to header.
Canada will have a better World Cup than America. Let's put it that
way.
Oh yeah,
outrageous.
Have you seen this? No, Peter. I kept to watch on the US qualifiers, like in North America. Yeah. Canada cooked everyone. Canada cooked everyone.
Of course they did.
No, but
why could the US? They cooked the US and they cooked Mexico. They cooked the US and Mexico as well.
Maybe the US struggle against the same team. USA.
Alfonso Davies was laying it.
Canada cooks, yeah. But Oscar, when it comes to the war, yeah, you know what I'm saying, this is the political group of the millennium. This is not about football. This won't be about football. Every game.
This group here is wild. I can't.
Robin, Wales, England, they got beef of their own. Then you've got Iran, and then you've got USA in Qatar. No, you don't have underestimated.
One thing. I've never been so confident in England getting 3 W's in a World Cup group stage.
Did you not watch 2010 when we had the US and Algeria? Did you not watch 2010?
Yeah, but Southgate actually knows how to win. Like under Capello and them lot, you didn't really know what's going to happen. Southgate's getting 3 wins, guys. He's getting 3 wins.
Oscar, I will meet you. At the end.
Yeah, I'll be there, bro. I'll be there in the pub with a proper jacket on because it's gonna be freezing. I'll be there.
Not like that. We got a Southgate with an American passport. Who's the manager of the US national team?
I don't know his name. Baraka, tell us, please. I forgot his name. But bro, in the qualifiers, they struggle. No matter who they're playing Honduras, Panama. They're struggling every time. Christian Pulisic is saving them. I think, what's going on here? Whack.
Nah, Oscar. Listen, the climate is for them, blood. You know what I'm saying? That heat, boy.
I think everyone's frustrated because we have a feeling about how good England can be, and we feel like under Southgate, I've accepted that under Southgate, we're never going to be that. We're never going to be that. So we're good enough to get the C grade in the exam. And the C grade in the exam, if the draw's in your favor, bro, that's a quarterfinal, semi-final in the FA Cup. I mean, FA World Cup.
Yeah,
We're not going to be an A or a B. We're going to be a C. And at least on the Southgate, you won't get a D or an F. You will get that C.
There's too many juggernauts. When you look at Brazil's squad we were looking at earlier, Spain, by the way, with the Luis Enrique, because he wasn't there last time. Watch out for Spain. Obviously France. Hello, you know what I'm saying. Germany are around.
Like France.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm waiting for that France collapse. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
What? Saliba, yeah? I don't think so.
Oh no, William
Saliba won't make the squad.
Saliba at the back.
He won't start.
If Saliba doesn't make the squad,
he won't start.
No, he's not. He's in the squad. He's in the squad.
He's already in the squad. He won't start, unfortunately.
Deschamps. Do you also know anything about France? Deschamps is the problem. That is the only problem with France.
Yeah. Hey, we've got the Southgate chat going on. Just before we move on from Southgate, I want to ask one more person their opinion. Generous Dave, what are you telling me?
Hey, Wagwan, man, then Wagwan, what's going on, bro?
What's good, bro?
How do your shoulders feel after lifting that coffin, cuz?
Bro, I'm shattered, blood. Hey, it's been a long day.
I'm surprised you made it, mate.
Blood, I had to snooze, blood. Man saw full president just zooming past, man, blood.
Yeah, the experience was wild, yeah. Man saw all the dignitaries there. You know what I'm saying, so
I think one dignitary got rejected, blood, because I see him going. I see him come back out, blood. Howler,
if you get rejected at the Queen's funeral, howler, and you're a dignitary, howler.
Yeah. Because that motorcade came back quick. I was like, yo,
bulletproof as well.
I can't lie. Seeing Harry without all the full garments, I just looked at this. I thought, this is a howler. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone's bedecked in royalty. Yeah, I see Harry with a 3-piece. And I was
not in uniform. Not in uniform. Yeah.
But it was a madness, bro.
It's a stinker. I'm not gonna lie. It's a stinker.
Harry, it's a stinker.
Yeah. But yeah, Wagwan, this England thing, guys. I'm telling you, this thing is Howler is pending for this team, bro.
You know it. David, talk to me about the Arsenal.
Bro,
talk to me briefly about the Arsenal as we wrap up.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, yeah. I've not watched no football this weekend.
Aye, Lola, we agree.
Hey, the club, sensational.
Hey, what? Like for real, yeah?
Yeah, man. Rachel Zane.
Okay, no, I didn't even clock that. You know, I didn't even think that at all. Like when I watched the whole thing, I didn't even think of that at all. I don't know.
Hey, big man, guys, you see these gun cannons, yeah? You see the gun salute thing? It's not a
loud,
joke
innit?
thing, guys.
It's loud, isn't it?
Big man. The first one went off, yeah. I see the birds took off. I'm jumping. Yo, it is loud.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Cannons are not a joke. They're not a joke.
Man can hear that from Northwest, blood. You know what? Them cannons went off, boy.
Big.
Hear that from Mike Wickham.
From Windsor. It was a salute from Windsor to
Belmore.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I've been at the thing Westminster, bro, the whole weekend, so I didn't get to see it. I look at my phone, I see 3-0. I was like, get in there, mate.
Patterned. When you get to see the goals, my friend. Oh,
yeah. I give that a quick view. Still
delicious. All right. Anything else before we wrap up in terms of?
Yeah. I just want to touch a little bit on Champions League a little bit here. Yeah. On the continent. I'm sure we're going to get to it. Maybe not that guy, but everybody knows there was. No.
I was waiting for not that guy if we're going to go there.
Okay.
Let's wait. Yeah.
We're going to go there. Let's
wait for that. However, because I'm sure it's part of the same game. I just want to mention. Yeah. Remember last season? Yeah, we had a little conversation about Champions League round of 16. Manchester United faced a certain Atletico Madrid side, and I was told that a certain player would personally send Manchester United out of the Champions League. Yeah, and I had a few words to say about this because I thought this João Felix brother that you guys were telling me is the real deal. Yeah,
João Sauce.
Listen, free him. Free him.
Stop saying free him. He needs to.
We need to free him.
He needs to show us why he needs to be freed. Because
to be freed.
Nah, Oscar, the situation at Atletico is a scandal, by the way.
don't
The situation at Atletico is a scandal.
He breaks in the hands of a terrorist.
I don't care. I don't care.
Oscar, they have a player in their team who can't play more than 45 minutes a game. What is going on?
Guys,
I think it's a mess.
Guys, you guys are talking about the system and the manager. No, there's an individual here who is not performing to their level. Now, against Real Madrid last night, you saw a mediocre performance from Joao Felix, yeah? Let's not even talk about what happened in midweek. Because in midweek, Leverkusen came to town. And guess who dunked all over Atletico Madrid? My boy, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Let's go. Let's go.
Listen,
Talk to me.
Callum Hudson-Odoi has found his level.
What, dunking on Atletico Madrid?
In the Champions League.
Nah, Leverkusen.
Felix.
You know what's funny? Yeah? Oscar made all this. Oscar's talking disagrees now. He will be a Chelsea player at some stage.
No.
100%.
And I know he wants out because did you see the look he gave him when he got subbed off?
Whoa,
I said, yeah.
Simeone and him have been having a few riffs, by the way. He's like the only player in the squad who talks back to him. I'm thinking, this little you know, with some cajons. Fair enough. Like, listen, you will always lose, but fair play. He's given a few notches. Oscar, there's a player in there, man. Let me tell you.
Peter, listen,
S76, man. Show season. We already know. We out here.
The two big elements from a number 10 you look at vision, look at decision making. For him to see what Simeone has been doing for him to see what Simeone has been doing for the past decade and decide to go there and think he can play his natural game, it tells you what you need to know.
He was 19. He was 19 when he joined. We could forgive.
He's a baller, but he's been looking gross. Yeah. If you want to,
by the way,
be free, show me reasons.
Thinking of Portuguese players, when you get the chance on Netflix, Luis Figo documentary. I
need to watch it. I need to watch it. It's on my list.
Guys, it's in the feels spot. Let me tell you, in the feels.
I just need to watch the Pig's Head, man. I'll be good.
Is it in English?
Yeah,
we
double.
And we subtitle. We double and subtitle.
Okay.
Yeah, we double.
But yeah, now what you call it? I've just seen the stuff, and I just think Florentino Perez has been in this game for a long time. That man is the schemer of all schemes.
How's he been there since Van Gaal has been at Barca? I was thinking, what's going on here? What's going on here?
He's been there for. Outrageous. He has run that club. He has run.
I want to be a president of a football club. I was like, after I watched that, I said, I want to be a president of a football club. Standard. You know what I'm saying? Let me go talk to some man, I don't know, the Messiah. Let's see what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Bring back
principles.
I'm two principles.
No, you need to be fundamentally morally.
You need to be ruthless. You need to be ruthless.
I need to be so bent. Listen, when you watch it, AD, you will see what Florentino Perez pulls out of the bag. Yeah, let me tell you. You watch it. Just watch it. The man, the myth, the legend, for sure. Oscar, anything else?
I think we can go to player of the week.
Who's your player of the week?
Unfortunately, he came on. He scored a hat trick. I can't see anyone else but Son.
So annoying.
I can't.
So annoying. Listen, everyone's going to choose him, but I'm not going to choose him just for the fact because I know everyone else will and he will win. But
it is Son. It is Son.
Rubbish. I want it to be.
What's Saliba?
Going on a school trip.
You.
He's going on a school trip. He's going on a school trip.
A school trip, boy. What was I saying? God, it's difficult.
We have to stop. We have to stop arguing that it's Son. Really.
Yeah.
It is. Shout out to Haaland says Ethan breaking records. Get out of it, man.
He's won. He won this weekend, bro. He won.
He doesn't need to win.
He's a winner.
In 15 years, he'll be in his prime.
Adrian, he's 6 years younger than Bukayo Saka.
Adrian.
What is going on? What is going on?
2007. 2007. What are we doing?
I was.
07, we just moved to the Emirates. You know what I'm saying?
I was in year 7. I started secondary school.
You got married if I was in a village somewhere.
Yeah.
Oscar, what was you saying? Arteta's a what?
He's a criminal, man. Why did he play that game? He's a criminal.
He's giving a man his debut. Okay.
Let us say it will be.
Hey, by the way, remember
What?
how I was talking about Jose Perez earlier? Iwobi's another one. He's been miscast because it's like he's not direct enough to be a winger. I don't think he's good enough to be a centre. I've always thought, where is he from? Because I like him. Like he's busy, he's active.
Do you know what he was? In the youth, you know, he was like a number 10 in the youth. Yeah.
Kidzania.
Bro is going Kidzania.
I thought I said Kadzania. I was like, what country is that?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with that. We have to go with Son, unfortunately.
Yeah,
team of the week.
Team of the week.
Don't say Spurs. Oh, can I argue Arsenal? Can I argue Arsenal?
Arsenal is a fair shout.
We bounced
Arsenal
back
is
from
a fair shout. Arsenal is a fair shout.
Dare I say?
United. We got clean sheet. You know what I'm saying? 3-0 away. You know what I'm saying? We're a different team to when we last played Brentford a year ago, and me and David caught on cam, just shaking our heads, scratching our chins.
Peter,
couldn't believe it. Yes.
Have you seen the symmetry?
Go on.
This is why I predicted. I thought Arsenal are gonna win the opening game. I thought 3-0 because I thought you lost 3-0. You actually lost 2-0. I said you're gonna subvert that fixture. And then when you go to Bournemouth and when you go back to Brentford, you're gonna subvert it. You see, Arteta. Listen, Arteta's the man. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, there's a couple people saying Everton for team of the week.
Everton beating West Ham. It's not an easy win. Yeah, it's a tough opposition. West Ham are not on great form at the moment. Everton getting their first win of the season. Yeah.
I didn't see the Everton game, but people are saying they played well.
I didn't see it, so I can't back it. But
I saw highlights. But the thing is, like Everton played well, and then West Ham were like squeezing them in the last minutes. Obviously, they're chasing the game, but in terms of flawless performance, I just thought Arsenal were just incredible. Like we were just clean.
It's hard to ignore 6-2. It is.
And also, yeah, exactly. I was going to say that as well. It's because it felt like it felt like a 3-2 win. You know what I mean? It felt like Leicester were 2-0 up. Son comes on and scores a hat trick. That's what it felt like to me. But
can I be real? Like it's like 6-2 is a 4-goal difference. Arsenal won through. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Arsenal holistically had a better performance this Spurs, in my opinion.
Yeah, they did. That's not a debate.
Oh, okay.
It's not a debate.
Everton, Arsenal is the debate right here. I'm going to go for the Arsenal.
I'll go Arsenal because I watched their game and they were really good.
I want to give it to Everton, but in my head, I'm like, what more could Arsenal have done? What more?
Yeah, it was them ones where it was like from 0 to 90. It was a bog standard. We got 3 points, and I can't see more fast.
It was like 4 candidates for man of the match alone.
Yeah. Jesus Vieira.
All right, looks like Arsenal has won this one. Let's move to goal lasso.
I'm sorry. I have to go Champions League because that Erling Haaland goal was outrageous.
It was ridiculous.
I have to.
It was fake.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but guys, Son's first goal was sick.
Yeah, like it wasn't like
no, guys.
No, but you can even say Madison. Madison's goal was sick.
By the way, Madison's goal is juice.
You see that guy Wood, yeah.
We discussed him at the beginning.
We buried him early.
No, I can't have a goalkeeper that's always conceding worldies, bro. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Oscar, that Son goal, look at where his positioning is. Because he tells Son where to put it. Like it's a phenomenal finish. It's a great goal.
Like it's a freaking drill.
Guys, the guy's just conceding worldies, bro. No, I can't have you in 2 weeks running? 2 games
David,
running?
you know what? Worldies I can handle. Like if you've got no chance, you've got no chance. Basic football fundamentals that the naked eye can see.
Guys,
he's
all the goals he's conceding, he's just looking bad.
Look at his footwork.
He is a shocking goalkeeper.
For a kickoff. How can you save the ball if you're not even in the right place?
He is the worst keeper in the league at this moment.
Random one on Haaland. Lola said, I keep forgetting Haaland is 6'5". He's that big. He's fast. He's flexible. It ain't right.
And did you know he was behind his years when he was young? Like he was behind his years. Like he hadn't grown properly. I don't know what he ate out there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Apparently when he was young.
when Roy Keane snapped his dad's leg in half, he went to a sperm bank and he said, right, what I'm looking for a 6'5" athlete. It was probably Michael Jordan, right? That he went into. I'm looking for a thoroughbred woman, mix it, mash it together. And I said, this boy is going to take that Manchester United. I'm telling you, no, he's a thoroughbred. Like, if you were building a footballer from the ground up, you'll be Erling Haaland. What more? Bro, he's a phenomenon.
What can't he do? The thing is, what can't he
He's
do?
6'5", for goodness sake. That's not. He wasn't.
And did you see some of the runs when he's trying to shake off defenders? I think he backed one of the. I think he slapped up Saiz. Someone tried to get touch tight to him, but he banged him in the face and just carried on running. I said, "Yo,
did you see what he done to Joe Ward the other week?
What did he do?
He just banged. He just leave. Get out of my way."
Yeah, I'm not involved in this, bro.
I'm so scared of him.
Now, David, I'm involved. I'm telling you now, that Haaland is premium. That is IVF. It's not natural. It's not natural. It's not natural.
I love the stream.
It's not natural.
We're done. Oh, phenomenal scenes. Phenomenal
What
scenes.
strain of IVF is that?
Guys, can I put?
That's what Cristiano put for his son. I'm telling you.
My goal of the week is definitely James Maddison. However, Gabriel Jesus' goal needs a mention, and obviously Vieira long range shot easy. But
I think for me, it's got to be Son's first one. I remember being shocked when it went in. It was insane.
Shocked? What were you shocked for?
Because he hasn't scored all season. So it was like, I thought he was going to play in Harry Kane. He just said, let me bang it. And it was top bins. Like, what more can you ask for?
Nah, man, Madison's goal was better, in my opinion.
I was going to give it to Maddison.
That finish was saucy, bro.
Well, David, you got Maddison as well?
Yeah.
Okay, Maddison has won goal of the week. David, who's not that guy?
There's a bunch.
Do you want to take it? Do you want to take it, or should I take it as usual?
You take it, man.
You take it, and we'll add if we need to.
Okay, we got some honorable mentions. I know who the main one is. Don't worry, we've seen that one. I forgot. I remember it now. I saved it, but we got some honorable mentions. Yeah. So we're gonna first start off with the East Londoner, bro. This is not football related, but this gentleman had the unmitigated goal, the temerity, as Adrian will go, yeah, to queue up for how many hours? I don't know what he was doing, and think he can just roll up on Queen Lizzie's ting and go grab things, blood. Is he mad, bro? What's my man's name? He's from East London, bro. Mohammed Khan, bro. You're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out, blood. Bro, Friday night, blood, while the Queen is lying in Westminster Hall, he decides to pull up, bro. Push past a mother and a daughter and try grab the flag, bro. Police got onto him. He got, bro, I'm pretty sure he got banged. He got banged during the whole hallway. They dragged him.
David.
What did you say his name was?
Mohammed Fring. What's his name? Mohammed Khan.
Hey, come on. For your own namesake, allow it. Like, you gotta just hold that, blood. This is the world.
Yeah.
What?
David, to add on to that, yeah, brother.
You talk about the guy that did today. What came out today? The roller.
I think this was Thursday. That rollerblade guy. He's a
moron. The rollerblade guy.
Lucky to still be alive, by the way.
So some guy, he was obviously. I think they were just driving some people out from Westminster Hall. I think, or it was like when the Queen was coming into Westminster Hall from the airport. Roads are closed. Bear man are like landing on the side, make sure the Queen said clear sign as day, saying road closed. Do not come this way. This rollerblader guy fully just goes around the sign, turns onto the road where the Queen is coming in a car, and he gets tackled by like 10 policemen straight away. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't know. I said, big man, there are barricades. there
Bro.
are signs.
Didn't know what was
And
going
you
on.
fully turn around.
Bro, he was doing ollies on the pathway. Like, what's wrong with my man?
It's like friggin' Tony Hawk.
What was he thinking?
Now, I'll tell you this for free. If he evaded that last line of defense, I'm telling you now, the sniper that was on the fourth pin right.
Oh no, guys, do you know what? Yeah, I just thought there's so many not that guys this week. There's actually
I told you, Oscar, there's bear. There's bear.
there's so many.
But you see, my one from Buckingham Palace, yeah? So imagine it's Thursday. It's Thursday. The Queen hasn't even been dead for 168 hours. We're in a state of national mourning, right? People are queuing in the line. This geezer, he performs indecent exposure. He flashes women in the crowd, right? And then to evade the police, he jumped into the River Thames. And then they had to fish him out like the filthy rat that he is. Whoever that human being is, listen, I hope you're in the cell and I hope they don't release you. It deserves to be. Listen,
No.
He flashed women.
No.
Queen Lizzie they come to mourn Queen Lizzie, and he did that. He's a nasty piece of work. He's a narcissist.
Can I jump in here with one?
He's a freak.
Whoever in the government or the royal, I don't know who organizes these things. I don't know who's on the event planning committee, but what disgraceful human being decided that it was okay to put the world leaders from Africa on a Greyhound bus. Just any coach, yeah? You know when you were going Folk Park with your school, the coach was
Richmond
there,
bus.
the world leaders were on. What is going on?
Guys,
That was a
ladies
flipping
and
mega
gentlemen,
bus.
ladies and gentlemen, the Americans weren't having it.
£2 to Birmingham.
Aye.
The Americans
Joe
did
Biden's
not have
whip.
it. Bro, hey, 15,
Biden,
hey, 15 cars deep, bro. Man drove past, man, blood. He said, nah, blood, you mad.
Bro, David, Joe Biden brought a car from Washington, D.C. Like, we're going to Lincoln in this country.
Yeah,
Look,
they don't
Lincoln,
Lincoln,
like,
man. What's
What
that
the hell
about?
is this?
This is such a disgrace. Like the fact that everything was shut off today, yeah? Everything was closed. You telling me you couldn't grab 2 National Express coaches? You telling me you couldn't grab 3 or 4 of them? Why
Nah,
was
Oscar, we need a Viano. Give me a Merc. You know what I'm saying? Give me a Viano.
we need an Ellison's? We need an Ellison's. Why is it?
Hey, the Rangers. Where are the Rangers?
The coach
Where are the
that
Rangers?
Ethan Nwaneri was in on the way to Brentford was better than the coach that the president of Uganda was in. What is going on?
No, guys,
Nathan had a better
guys,
coach.
there was loads of Range Rovers, blood. I don't know why the word.
Hey, the Rangers were there.
The Rangers were there.
Them man,
I'm saying
them man.
it's the same coach Ethan took on his school trip. That's what they were in. I'm telling you,
That lime green one that goes to
was
Luton.
better than that.
Dear. Oh, dear.
Hey,
I take it to Luton Parkway Airport.
Guys, did you guys see the picture of the interior of the coach?
It's a
It's a
stain
scam.
cup.
I'm telling you, if I'm getting a coach from here to Coventry and that's the coach that turns up, I'm fuming.
Oscar, it looks like 1994 in there.
Who am I?
Nah,
I'm
for
not
real.
president.
Oscar, do you know what it looks like? It looks like a Neville Southall shirt. That's what it looks like. Oh, it was nasty. It was vile. The coach didn't even have AC.
nah, bro.
Not even a young USB plug. None of that.
I'm seeing the coaches now. I'm like, nah, bro. These are
Howler.
violent.
I didn't even
These
believe
coaches,
that.
they entered the gates. They entered the gates.
Richmond coaches went through the
Like,
gates.
the Queen must have thought, hang on a minute, you can't bring that coach into my palace.
Biden had space, man.
Oh, man.
Guys, hey, the US were
Biden
not.
had space.
The US were not having it. But anyway, let me move on quickly.
Also, we got the guy in the queue. Yeah, is there enough what you're gonna be talking about? In terms of
I'm coming. These ones. Now, how these two, yeah, they got ripped. This is sport related.
I'm so glad they got ripped. I'm so glad they got ripped.
Beckham, David Beckham, a whole David Beckham blood spent 13 hours queuing.
What a man!
These two idiots here, so un-British. The British, we love a queue.
So we love a queue.
We love a queue.
What we don't ever do, blood,
What does that
is
mean?
be seen queue jumping. Yeah, these two
Yeah, queue
got
jump is not
caught.
one.
These two got caught red-handed, bro. The gentleman looked into the live stream, bruv, and he knew, bruv, oh, I am screwed here because
I've been done.
I've been done in 4K, blood. Philip Schofield, Holly Willoughby. You're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out, blood.
You know what's mad? And I'm not going to say too much, but he got more scrutiny for this than what he did. Sixth work experience student. Peter, football isn't bent. Society is bent. Because listen, I don't want to say too much, but he was under scrutiny and then he came out. Hang on a minute, this is just the elephant in the room here. The kid was on work experience. You're meant to be teaching man. You're meant to be teaching man shot, reverse shot. You teach him man another kind of shot. Lord have mercy. He's not. He's filthy. Listen, I'm not involved, man. What?
No. And he's out here, blood. You know what I'm saying? Adverts. You know what I'm saying? Carly.
This morning, prime time.
You can't be queue jumping, my guy.
Nah. Keep jumping is when we draw the line.
Yeah.
Guys, so much happened this weekend. It's unbelievable.
What about the Don? Now, this might be a howler from King Charles. Yeah, this might be a howler from him, depending on where you stand, what side of the fence you stand on. But the Don, where like King Charles is shaking man's hand, yeah, obviously.
Oh, Uncle.
You get to, you know what it is? It's the uncle from that Ugandan match. Do you know that time we spoke about this guy who stood in front of the camera? I said, I know that beanhead from somewhere. It's the same Don in that Uganda, was it Malawi game, whatever game it was, where he just stood in front of the camera.
He just moved his head in front of the camera. It's like, Uncle, move! Like we can't see the game.
Man, you're not transparent. You're not transparent, man.
It's when he looked at the camera as well. He first stares inside the lens and then he turns around.
This uncle, yeah, he looked at Prince Charles and said, "You're gonna shake my hand back forward."
But listen, he fought for everyone in the continent. He fought for everybody. All of us were him.
He's lucky he didn't get shot neither.
Oh my days! Like literally, Charles is shaking one guy's hand, yeah, talking, shaking. Then he moves on and starts waving, and then shakes another person's hand. But in the between, there's an uncle, yeah. There is an uncle, and he's bypassed him, and the uncle comes forward. You come and shake my hand.
There was so many. He brought him back.
Bang. See you later.
The thing is, I don't know if you saw the bodyguard of like King Charles, right? He emerges like this. I swear to you, the body came through. The body off shot shifted like this. I said, "Yo, this is electric. This is a different level."
What's wrong with King Charles, though? You can't shake everyone's hand and leave out the uncle.
You can't leave out uncle. You can't.
You can't shake everyone's hand but his.
God.
If there's one thing we can say, the funeral was a howler. There's so much that happened. Like,
the funeral itself.
No,
the funeral so pristine.
Listen, I'm making jokes. It's one of the greatest events we've ever seen. However, Harry not wearing the royalty is a stinker. Everyone else is bedecked in royalty, right?
No,
and I've seen Harry.
There was two of them.
Two?
Prince Andrew.
2 members of that family did not wear the royalty.
Andrew, we can't talk about Andrew on this podcast.
We can't talk about Andrew.
Well, that's like those two have been removed of their royal duty, so they weren't allowed to wear their military uniform.
But one of them chose to leave. One of them left.
Well, Harry could have come in and play white tea.
And do you know what's funny? Harry's the only one that actually has military experience.
I see a couple medals on a certain few man. I was like, "Yo, wait, when did you man serve? Like, what's this when?"
He's had quite a few. He's
by the way,
even done the cadets.
By the way, the undertakers that were carrying that coffin for about an hour and a half, yeah. Listen, them shoulders, that overhead press, yeah. Oh, I tell you what, phenomenal. I was feeling for the guys, yeah, because I sat there like, yo, imagine you drop the Queen, blood. That's a howler. That's a stinker.
I was worried. I said, if someone drops it, that's it.
Benito was the same, man. Benito was the same.
The rehearsal must have been intense. They must have rehearsed
I can tell you from what the emails I seen. Yeah, they put in that this last week. Yeah, that was rehearsals.
There
All
was.
right, guys.
I want to know what the gym routine is. I want to know what the gym routine of those Undertakers
Guys,
were.
Anyways, we need to go back because there's something we need to speak
There's
on
one
that
more.
happened
There's
this
one
week.
more. There's one more.
Oh,
Let's get
okay.
to the main one, yeah.
What? Still of the funeral?
No.
No,
I
we'll
was
have
gonna
to
say,
see
because by the way,
No,
we have to close the
David,
funeral.
Oh, you want to go through it? All right, cool. Go on.
After you go, David, I got another one after.
What
All
funeral?
right, cool.
No, not funeral. Football.
By the way, let's just say the funeral was a stinker in terms of the shenanigans that took place. It was a friggin' stinker. Yeah, it's a stinker with all.
Another one.
What do you mean 6 billion?
Well,
6
listen,
million.
there was
What?
more than
Yeah.
that, bro.
Listen, yeah.
What do you mean 6 billion? Can
No,
you
hey,
elaborate?
listen. By the way, yeah. After this funeral, as after the dust has settled, the debt this country is gonna be.
You thought gas prices were bad. Now
Listen, it cost 2 million to have the Jubilee, the Queen's Jubilee. It cost 2 million. 2 billion even. Listen, someone.
Yeah, please tell me you saw this.
Oh, I didn't see this. Outside that.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
How can I not see this? I didn't see this.
Oh, so
yeah.
they're walking out of the procession and someone's put the F1 commentary on the start of it. So,
Man, like Crofty. They got Crofty on centre.
oh yeah,
dear.
Sandra Oh. Her name is Sandra Oh, Lola. Come on, man.
Yeah, Sandra Oh made it. Yeah, she made it.
She was in the film.
Sorry, also, you know, like when they had the list of prime ministers and former prime ministers that had come into the thing, I looked at it, I said, yo, this country's a stinker. We've had 6 prime ministers in 4 years. What is going on? Like, when you look at it, right? Or is it 4 and 6? Whatever it is a howler. It is I'm seeing May. I'm seeing Cameron, who started this. I'm sitting there like, yo, this is a howler.
Oh, that you need to address the rumor, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Rumor has it you was mourning the Queen's death and didn't leave your yard for 3 days. I'm trying to think, but I was on road because as soon as the shops open at 5, boy, ping, I was out there, boy. Joyce, I watched the whole thing today though. The thing was mad. The whole thing today was mad. 10 days of mourning. I'm not gonna mourn for 10 days. That's a long time, blood.
Or like it's Kim Jong Un. What? 10 days?
What a time to be alive.
That's
the thing. Before you know it, it's just we're gonna get back to just the nonsense that this country is. I know her name. She's Christina to me. Oh, God.
David, where we going next?
David, all right.
All right,
Let's wrap up, guys.
my main, not that guy, yeah. Wait, what's that program that this fella was on, bruv? It's the Spanish program thing, cuz.
What, the TikTok? That one.
El Chingrito. That one.
El Chingrito. There we go.
Yeah.
So this gentleman, I can't find his info on Wiki, but this gentleman decided to go on. How do you pronounce it again?
El Chingrito.
And
That show was hilarious.
And, this gentleman is a full president of the Association of Spanish Agents, and here is his comments. I'm not even going to get too deep into it. Yeah, Vinicius will have to respect the opponents. This is in Spanish. This is a translation. If you want to dance, go to the Samba drum in Brazil. In Spain, you have to respect rivals and stop playing the monkey.
Yes.
No.
Yes, Peter.
The Spanish, it's so raw, isn't it? It's so raw.
He's had a stinker.
A stinker. But you know, obviously, you finish what you want to say because there's more to add to this.
No, Hall of Fame, bruv. He's going in there straight.
No, he's straight Hall of Fame. But we need to include more that's involved in this.
Let
obviously,
let me just induct him, bruv. Pedro Bravo. You're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out. Like,
you got my name.
Stop playing the monkey.
Stop playing the monkey. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, that's outrageous.
You know what? Yeah, the racism is mature. You know them ones. Oh my days! I remember
but then obviously Vinny came out and said his piece and said, "I'm not having this. Gonna carry on doing my thing." And then we come to the Madrid derby, and what am I seeing by the Atletico fans? They have sticks of monkeys thrown up outside, dancing them around. We saw that.
Yeah.
They were ridiculing Vinny throughout the whole game, and every time he scored, giving him monkey chance, and he purposely, and I said, he kept on dancing in front of them. I said, you go for it. So Atletico fans, because I actually respect the club itself and stuff, but you let me down.
I don't give
The fact that you're having monkey chance, you have people on monkey sticks and making faces out of it and saying, keep playing the monkey. I said, no, absolutely horrid fans there.
No, but you see, this is why I kick it out. This is why I kick it out is an illusion, right? UEFA, FIFA, whoever it is, La Liga, you should be docking these men 60 points. What?
100%.
What are you talking about here?
You said the president though has gone and said this, right? The president of the Spanish Association. Like, if he's coming out with this, there you are. I mean, it's a farce, man.
He's in charge of the
agent. Sorry, of the agent. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know what? Atletico don't deserve anything good this year. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I know we're all on Vinny's side. He had a great comeback to the horrible racism that happened here.
But boy.
And then he was able to dance on the Athletic fans, which I was a big fan of.
He did do something mad, though. I will say that.
Oscar, that first sentence is one of the funniest.
Because on this week we are all on Vinicius Junior's side, but unfortunately, not that guy this week.
He has to, Peter. He did a madness.
Wait,
did a madness as well.
Let's think about this before we continue.
Man,
no. Where he's racially abused by thousands.
Guys, did he perform on the pitch? Did he perform on Saturday?
He performed on the pitch, yes.
Okay.
He performed.
What else?
But when you understand, guys,
even C1 knows,
bro. So on Saturday, I said to you, man, I said, I've got not that guy covered this week. I said, I've got it covered.
You had that early.
And then I saw it. And then I saw it. I was like, oh no.
Okay, so basically, I'm seeing Vinicius Junior's trending, yeah? I'm chatting to a few people, man, they're saying, check Vinicius Junior's Twitter. I said, is that your Twitter? I type in Vinny JR. I'm not following the guy. I type in Vinny. I see the verified tick. I said, that's Vinny, yeah?
That's Vin.
That's Vinny. Man never said, check his likes. I checked the like. You know when you like something on Twitter, it's public to the world. Right? You that sees this. I go on his likes.
I thought it was a bookmark, you know.
Why am I seeing XXX rated content? I'm seeing
not just one, many.
I'm seeing
there was multiple.
Interracial BJ, this and that. I'm thinking, what videos, ladies and gentlemen? Videos.
What's Robert? He's got form.
Oh,
it was just a
main Twitter account on his main,
bro, not the burner.
And you have to bear in mind, this weekend, Vinicius Junior was the talk of the town. There was two topics this weekend: the Queen and Vinicius Junior.
But you know what? This leads me to believe, yeah, that footballers are on the TL.
Of course they are.
No, as in some of these weird Chelsea accounts or some of these weird faceless dons. It's probably Adam Lallana or Dave Kitson or someone. I don't know.
No, they have too much money. They have too much money and too much time. Of course, they're on Twitter.
I think it was roast.
Vinny needs a wife, man. Just get a wife, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny because like on the video, like the comments of the video that he liked, it's just bad people putting like Vinny comps. like someone's in there like, oh, this is why Ansu Fati's clear. This
dear.
So funny.
Nah, man. Football is life is another world, man. It's another world. But that Baraka comment where you say, listen, the Atleti fans were out of pocket. Do you know how funny that sounds? That is the fun. Like out of pocket is one of the funniest. That is the funniest terms I've been listening. I've been hearing a lot of. Out of pocket is hilarious. Oh God! Listen, the racism is crazy for sure. I mean, when Reyes, what was it? Was it Del Bosque spoke to Reyes? Not Del Bosque. It was another Spanish manager.
Aragonés.
Aragonés. Yeah. And racially abused Thierry Henry. What did he say about him? He said to Reyes. He said to Reyes something along the lines of like, you play with that, I think black, whatever. I said, this racism is fluent. It's fluent. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Guys,
okay. The people have been begging us for an FPL chat.
Oh, right.
I feel like it's only right. I mean, I need to go to bed. But
I mean, there was games, isn't it?
I'm gonna do it
There were games.
one time for Assad because he's been begging for it since the start of the show.
Yo, I've dropped.
I think because he's near the top. That's why I'm just like, yeah, okay.
That's probably why he wants to see it.
Who's that? Assad.
Assad. Yeah, no, it's Assad. Assad, not Assad.
Look at Assad.
Assad.
Is he a Sardinia? Is that his one?
Probably.
Yeah, man. We're joint 15.
I'm mid-table. Oh
God, I am mid-table. I am awful. I am awful.
You are trash, man. I don't know why I gave that energy.
The fact that your thing's called Reese's set pieces and you don't even like peanut butter is a disgrace.
Yeah, peanut butter is trash. Anyone who likes it
peanut butter is worthy of the highest praise.
No, peanut butter's trash still, I can't lie.
So cool. Guys, do yourself a favor, get a cup.
Shout out to Martin Morehouse, top with 466 points.
Killing.
Big up Tanjeet Kaur, I guess. He's above me. I'm third, guys. I'm doing my thing. For the panelists.
You're holding it.
Shout out to my boy Darren and my boy Michael. And Moeen as well. Moeen's been on the podcast before. Moeen's in 6th. We're scrolling. Shout out to David. David in the comments every week, man. Big up David.
11th.
Didn't have a great week, but you know, we can allow that. Big up Jamal as well.
Is Alex Harris the one that commented earlier? There was an Alex that commented earlier today.
I don't know if that's Harris. I don't know if that's Alex Harris.
How we are being
Asadinho in at 15th. Peter, just above you. He's overtaking you. Hold that.
Joint points. And also because Liverpool didn't play, I had like half my team didn't play.
He had a better week than you though. Guys, where are you lot? I'm not seeing you. Big up, man.
I'm 27. I'm 27.
David at 24.
Hey, Oscar.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like the queen, like, you know what I mean? It's Friday. I'm thinking, but you know, it's been a long week. I'm like, 3-day weekend. It gets to like 7:32. I saw Aston Villa drop their lineup on a Friday night.
Not just Villa. There was 4 teams that dropped their teams on the line. I was like, fussing, there's 2 games. What?
I almost vomited. I was sick. Because the thing is, I knew those games on Friday as well. It just slipped my mind.
Do you know what's killing me? Is that
it was a long weekend.
Adrian is normally like the Man City of fantasy. He's like, he's normally right at the top.
You're normally gone.
Don't worry, man.
He's trying to say that this week is the reason, but you're below 29th. It can't just be this week. This has been our season.
No. It's been a slow start. Listen, the cream always rises to the top. I tell you every year I'm there or thereabouts, man. Don't worry.
Robin's in 27th there. Taha,
Oscar, slow down a second. That Under My Cucurella, fantastic name. Big up Nicole.
Under My Cucurella. Okay. Lola, it is what it is. You're languishing in 33rd. What's going on? A good week for you, though.
Okay, Douglas. Man's on the Olympic mayonnaise. Fantastic.
Olympic mayonnaise, great name. Shout out to Lucky as well. We got Mayo in here. Big up him.
Big up.
Borussia Deptford. I love that.
Remy is a howler. Remy in relegation fodder.
Remy is crazy. What is this?
Check his team. Go to his team.
Let's see what this guy's
doing. I told you, man. Remy don't like football. He likes Ronaldo.
And Oscar, I swear Big Dean is like moved up. Like I don't see him anywhere near the bottom.
No, he's not. He's not in the league. I don't think he's in the league.
Okay.
All right, so this is Remy's team. Let me try to get the whole thing in shot there.
Which, in fairness, not too bad.
Edison in goal. Shaw, Emerson Royale. How you spent money on him is crazy. Chilwell, not playing. Gross, De Bruyne, Kulusevski, Podence, Jesus, Mitrovic, Haaland, and then Zaha.
Can I be honest with you? Nah, he's been unlucky. He'll get points.
That's not bad.
He's XG.
Okay, wait, no, you guys are too kind. Let's stop. Emerson Royale, Shaw is a howler. Podence gets maybe 2 goals and 1 assist a season. That's a howler. And he's got Zaha on the bench.
Ooh.
Turn it in. And Zinchenko, okay, fair enough, injured. Maybe he's kept it there. Who's his second choice goalkeeper? He spent too much money. He's just spunked the money. What's Mendy doing on his bench? Oh, it's howler. There's a stinker.
Yeah. Edison and Mendy, disgraceful pair. That's a terrible.
Who's bottom of the league?
Sam Lewis. Who's that?
Your boy.
Oh, that's my boy. I have to be nice to him because he started a week later. He came in. He didn't join first game, so he has a climb.
Yeah, I mean it's a steep one.
It's a steep.
Oscar, have a look at who got the lowest points this week. I saw a 20. I saw a 20s in there.
I might be me. I ain't selling my captain. I don't know.
Oh, he's got 19. Who got 19?
I know my Cucurella got 19.
Open that team.
Let's have a look under the hood.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but look, it's this week. Like he's normally all right. It's this week.
Okay, let's look at what he has.
Man, Salah, Sancho, those are players.
Let's look at what he has. Let's look at what he has. Okay, fine. Eric Dyer got him 7 points.
Peter's a football manager snob.
You'd think he'd be in the top 10 with that kind of attitude.
It's the top 16, top 15 will do. You know what I'm saying? Out of 45, that'll do. He's got Lingard. He's got Ollie Watkins. Okay, it's not Dyer. It's not Dyer. Yeah, it's all right. Aaron Hickey.
Yeah. How many goals is Lingard going to score this season?
How many goals is what?
Lingard's going to score.
He's going to get nothing. He's going to go down. He's going down with the Forest.
Hey, by the way, not in the Forest. I just say for a piss up. He's only got a 1 year deal.
Yeah,
he's on 180 grand a week. Phenomenal. That's what you call. That's what you call a heist. That's a Floyd Mayweather heist.
Hassan said, "Call me Hassan again, and I'm unsubscribing. I'm not DJ Khaled's son."
That's where you get it from.
Yeah, that's where it's in my head.
God, dude.
You already know.
We need to wrap up, man. Oh dear. But yeah, Oscar, what was I gonna say? It must be publicly exposing. Yes, guys, it's international break next week, but guess what that will mean? We're going to be putting out some videos. We're going to be doing some videos online. We'll be doing some of the extra time stuff, a bit more of that content. There's no point doing an actual stream next Monday. But
we'll stream next Monday.
Are we? What for?
Oh no, I just want to know.
For me to dissect England performance over the week. No, after they get pumped action by Germany and Italy. No, you're right. I will
be watching those games though. I will be.
I certainly will not be. I'll be watching the Singapore Grand Prix. Yeah, do yourself a favor, guys. Do yourself a favor. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. By the way, 45,000 tickets have been sold for the Arsenal Tottenham game in the women's, which is this weekend.
Well done. WSL.
Yeah.
You're not trying to.
I need Tottenham to do a thing because I want my girls.
Do yourself a favor, Robin. Yeah, it's like a £5 ticket. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself down to the end.
It's either Leeds Sports Village or Old Trafford. That's where I'm at.
Them man there,
you ain't got hitters like that. You're playing like
I got Leticia doing a thing. 2 goals.
Okay, Oscar, you need to slow down because your team held it against newly promoted Liverpool.
Yeah? They were there. You got beat this start. Can't back me. Hey, you played Liverpool. Liverpool came back.
Remember when Spain lost the first game of World Cup 2010? That's what Chelsea just did.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Right, people, let's wrap this up. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTubes. Yeah, make sure you check us out there. Extra time videos will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. We've got a few things coming out for your head top whilst we are in the international break, and we'll be back here talking the North London derby. Yeah. You done know. I need to leave. It's been emotional. Never seen a man struggle saying a 2-syllable name, but big up regardless. Listen, guys, it's one of the funniest episodes we've done in a long time. So yeah, there's a lot of videos to clip up and put out again. But yes, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. You done know. Peace. We are
Peace. Out. Yeah.